Fam, somebody, Ronbo loves writing these thumbnails. Hey, you know what? This is the fun thing about this part of the season. Last year we haven't had to put up with this kind of thing since 2017. Well, actually, no, we did. 2017, we immediately had a quarterback controversy as soon as C.J. Beathard got picked up because everybody didn't want Brian Hoyer on the team, period. And so Brian Hoyer went out there and screwed up. Bring C.J. in now. I really don't see that happening this time. But here's the thing. The Niners do have a QB controversy brewing already. Oh, I do it. As you know, media types are saying the things that they have to say in order to keep the pulse of the NFL beating hard until the competition starts in September. But, this makes fun stuff to talk about between now and September, though, because this way, anything you say now will be held against you come September, because whatever you said, if we're all in arguments, you'll be having to account for what you said earlier. Or the person will have changed his Twitter handle or IG handle or whatever. It disappears through embarrassment. So, tonight, taking your calls for your projections of who will dominate under center for the Niners between Jimmy G and Mrs. Lance's baby boy, Trey. God, this is going to be so funny because you will get those moments to cash in. If Trey does get in next year and gets way more snaps than Jimmy, you can say, Ronbo, man, see, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Look at that. Trey took over this team and we winning. I'll be laughing and say, you know what? I'm glad to be wrong. If we're winning, Jack, no problem. Color me corrected. Hey, fam. Sherm talks are becoming a little more picking up momentum, it would seem, right? It got kind of quiet today, though. What does that mean? Because Sherm, as he said, I ain't ruling out chance of going back to Seattle. Sherm, rule out the possibility of going back to Seattle, please. Man, because I don't want the Hawks don't need to know what we're doing. And boy, Sherm knows everything about what we're doing. But anyway, let us get into this. Fearless leader Jed York recently spoke with NBC Sports Bay Area and called the team's decision to hold on to Jimmy G while drafting his replacement an investment in Trey Lance's future. Since then, the eye rolling and doubts about Jed being honest have been beyond the ability to count. No, I mean, you got them people out there. Jed lying? Man, boy lying, you know he lying. Hey, Trey gonna start week 1. Jimmy gonna get traded in August. One thing I do believe about this organization, I don't think they just throw things out there. You know what I mean? I mean, some organizations may do, but I don't think the 49ers do. They say something, they're not. These guys just don't, they're not cut from that cloth. Anyway, but basically that means York had no problem holding on to Jimmy G and his hefty salary if it means affording Lance the luxury of sitting, learning, and eventually being better for it. This concept is really causing a disturbance in the media and millions of fans. I don't understand why. It's happened before. Actually, though, not that many teams. Well, let's go on. York told Matt Maiocco, quote, so for us, if you invest $25 million or $50 million into your rookie to get them ready, then to me, we're investing in the long-term future of our team. And you never want to put somebody out there, especially a guy who you heard the sort of parlance about Trey, that he hasn't played as much, unquote. See, that all makes sense, right? I don't know. What is the, I don't get it. What is the big deal? The $25 million and $50 million figures Jed speaks of come from JG's salary over the next year or two. Most people have, and if you take a vote, 80% believe Jimmy is out of here next year. We'll see. What we're not counting on is Trey going to be able to handle this right away? Most people think yes, Those are the same people that don't really appreciate Jimmy as well. So you have to get in there. Someone the moderate probably believes, yeah, it'll probably take a year and get rid of Jimmy at the end of the year. Those of myself, yeah, let's just go ahead and go 2 years. I want 2 Super Bowls, man. And then come on in. We can't afford Jimmy in 2 years anyway. We got too many people we need to sign. Jimmy ain't worth to everybody. So then we go and get them 2 rings, put ourselves out of reach. It's Trey's team. Trey, you jump up and get another 3rd ring, I'll be delighted. This is my fantasy, okay? No one knows what Lance could mean for the no one knows what Lance means for the team's long-term success. However, the 49ers roster is built to win now. Now! And that's not something the team should necessarily throw on the shoulders of a rook. On Thursday, yesterday, York suggesting that the 49ers are fine sitting Lance for a year or two sparked discussion during an early segment on ESPN's NFL Live. Both Keyshawn got beat up yesterday. It had nothing to do with Jimmy. Now his colleagues are pointing out, because Keyshawn's very opinionated, right? His colleagues sitting up there saying, okay, if you want to get at Keyshawn, his Twitter account is... Anyway, I think it was Diana Rousseau felt the strategy was sound, according to what York's doing. But analyst Todd McShay did not agree and said this about the matter, quote, listen, I don't care about the message. I care about reality. Yes, I understand Trey Lance, 17 starts, FCS, only 1 game this past season. But when you study the tape, he processes as fast as Mac Jones from Alabama or any other quarterback in this entire class. And again, being real, the last 13 years, there's been 39 quarterbacks drafted in the first round. Only 3 of them did not start a game. That's a serious stat, but there's reasons for that, too. Most of those 39 people were drafted on the teams that had nothing else but them to start. So history tells us it's a long shot that Lance is not going to start. According to McShay, he goes on, he says, I get it. Garoppolo is there. He can be a good starter when he's healthy, but he hasn't stayed healthy, unquote. The insistence that JG will get hurt is driving me nuts and becoming, in my mind, on parallel with that. Jimmy G had nothing to do with the success of 2019. Had nothing to do with the Super Bowl drive. Including the playoffs, Garoppolo owns a 24-9 record as a Niners starting quarterback. You can't even get lucky and do that. Luck cannot do that. You had to have something to offer to get that kind of a record. Granted, he needs to be out there more, and his record would probably be a lot bigger. But you know what? Miss me with that. He led the team to a Super Bowl during the 2019 season. If for no other reason, he gets that accolade due to his position. However, he has also missed 23 games due to injuries over the past 3 seasons. By the way, I look at that first injury he got in Kansas City. That was Jimmy's fault. That injury with that high ankle sprain last year, that was Quentin Nelson and maybe the offensive line, and a flag should have been thrown on that play. Play was over, Quentin, you big moose. That's why your dumbass ain't... You know, let me go on. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have been very transparent in sharing that Garoppolo's inability to stay on the field was the driving force behind the decision to trade up to draft a quarterback. The narrative of being fed up with anything beyond that has never been said by anybody in the front office. All this other stuff people are throwing in there. They tell you right there, we don't want a C.J. Nick situation to happen again. We're getting our quarterback ready for a number of reasons, and that's, first of all, if Jimmy goes down, we want to bring some quality in. Next, Jimmy's not coming back here after 2 years. We can't afford him. Even if we could, I mean, it's time to move. That's what you do when you're building a Super Bowl champion and sustaining that kind of championship window. You get rid of the high contracts as fast as you can, and you get those contracts that you can work and keep adding talent. See, Jimmy does not suck. Every quarterback makes a mistake here and there. You're not going to find one that doesn't. So, but McShay continued with the quote, first of all, I think they're going to try to work with him or work him in regardless. Second of all, there's a real good chance Jimmy G gets hurt. See, here it goes. Jimmy G's going to get hurt. It is being demanded by those who insists that's going to happen. Third of all, you don't trade all the way up, and even if it was for Mac Jones, and adjust your mindset because Trey Lance blew you away and then not play him this upcoming season. I think Trey Lance is going to start more games than any other quarterback for San Francisco. Fam, here's my question to you tonight, just for conversation's sake. Is McShay making sense or overthinking the matter? From where you're sitting, who is going to start the most games this season? And Lowell Kahn has said, we do not need Richard Sherman. Is Grant's dad going over the... Is he going too far? Is Richard Sherman unnecessary? And do you not want him on this roster as well? The answer to these questions and more about to start now. Jay Anderson said, well, showing my support and love for your show. Repping Niners from Richmond, VA. Stop at Richmond, Jay. Matt S. from Bend, Oregon. Hey, William Roberts, what's up? Ray Jr., what's up? Hey, why do you continue to listen to the media? We all know they don't know nothing but goes on with Kyle and John. You know what? As I said, right now it's fun to bid these things back and forth. The media actually shares opinions. Ray Jr., they have hundreds, thousands of 49er fans. They echo McShay to death. That's why I'm wondering who are the McShayites versus the non-McShayites. I just thought I'd bring them into focus and bring that conversation back and forth. I agree with you so fully, you would not believe how much I agree with you. K-Ron, hey, what's up, brother? Already got my Trey jersey on the way. Go Niners. Oh, it's going to be fun here. and who is on my phone? It's Brittany. Brittany, Brittany, how you doing
What's
tonight?
up, Ronbo?
Brittany,
I'm good. How are you?
Brittany, I'm just sitting here like Ray, and Ray Jr.'s so right. If you pay attention to the media, you'll get a headache, and you'll say, "Boy, what is he talking about?" But if you just want to bring him in for a conversation like we're doing here, it is entertainment.
Yep.
Hey, Brittany, you know what? Here's the thing. Because when those people do those shows, they do what they do just to get a wrinkle. It's intentional. McShay might not even think that way, but they rehearse it and they get on. Okay, you're going to be the good cop, you're going to be the bad cop, you're going to be the guy that brings the stuff. So, you know. But Brittany, what are you thinking?
Yes.
Has McShay lost his mind or is he on time? I mean, what are you thinking here?
It's like nowadays I laugh when it comes to this situation. Because if you look at the other quarterback controversies that's going on right now, it all starts with one thing. They didn't tell the current player nothing. So, of course, the media, including McShay, wants to start a QB controversy in San Francisco because they think it's too goody, buddy. And so, how else is it going to be good competition? You don't want it to start off on a bad foot by not telling nobody nothing.
And they did, too. Well, Rodgers is going buck wild for the last couple of weeks, and mainly because of exactly what you're talking about. Do we want to be bothered with that? No. So,
Nope.
you know, the media doesn't appreciate it. They want things they can talk about. You can flash Rodgers up on one screen. You can flash Jimmy up on the other screen. And, you know, this is what they do. We're not giving them anything.
Well, the thing is between Rodgers and Jimmy, you can't make Jimmy act like Rodgers. He's not going to do that, no matter what.
Yeah.
He's going to humble himself at the same time, but yet when he gets on that field, he's going to blow it up. It's just him. It's just him. But McShay is out of his mind. It's like, yeah, who doesn't want to see Trey start? I get that. But at the same time, I don't want to risk it if this season coming up is a win-now season. I don't want to risk that. I bring it back to Miami, but I don't want to risk it.
Well, using Tua for an example? Yeah. Well, you know what? Miami was not in a Super Bowl climb. But that thing is, this
No.
is what happens when they mention how many quarterbacks come into the league and start or picked up in the first round. Of course they're going to start because they were picked up in the first round for that reason. The 49ers did
Right.
not want to come that high in the first round. Nobody would listen to them. So they said, look, we're not going into
Hmm.
the season with CJ and Nick. If Jimmy goes down this time, we're going to get some talent in there behind him. The only way we're going to do that is if we overpay somebody else or get some kid out of the draft. What are we going to do here? Well, let's save some money and get the kid out of the draft and pray that Jimmy doesn't go down. We're going to get Nick Sudfeld in here in case Jimmy does go down and give us a little bias, a little more time. And you can see the plan coming together. I mean, if you're thinking
Right.
rationally, I don't want to accuse myself of always thinking rationally, but Brittany, am I on a path that makes sense there?
Wow.
Yeah, you are. You definitely are. And then another thing came out today that I saw online, and I was like, wait a minute. Well, yeah, right. Saying that, Kyle Shanahan had a thought in his mind that he wanted to trade Jimmy out somewhere else and get Andy Dalton and have a rookie sit behind him. I'm like, if he did that, if he ever did that, the rookie would beat him out easily.
Is Andy Dalton better than Jimmy? See, this is the thing. When
No.
people start hating on Jimmy, they forget Jimmy's not the worst quarterback in the NFL. Okay? Andy
No, he's
Dalton
not.
got thrown out of Cincinnati for a reason. Okay?
Yes.
So,
I mean, if you go back to week 2, 2019, he made Andy Dalton look like an idiot. Same thing with Rodgers. Week 12, he made him look like an idiot.
Well, our defense crushed. I mean, I felt sorry for him. First play from snap. Bam! Dalton buried into the dirt. Jesus Christ, these guys are pumped up.
And then the Richard Sherman thing. He better come back and he better play safety. This whole thing of hearing him say Seattle is out of the cards, so is San Francisco. They're now out of the cards, both of them. And stick with where you were. Like, come back to the 49ers, because if you move to safety and Verrett is good at cornerback, which he is already, defense should be even better than how it was last year, which was terrible, and 2019, which was amazing. It should be better. No way do I want him back with the sea chicken.
Oh, God. And especially with what he knows now. I think Kyle does a few shifts in his playbook every year because there's a lot of his personnel running around the rest of the league. So, but I do not want Sherman's mind is too up there. You don't want he'll be so buddy-buddy with the Hawks will love him. You see Pete Carroll sitting there, hey, Sherman, we're going to have dinner tomorrow night, right? Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Yeah. Listen, dinner's on me. I don't care where we go either. I'll pay for everything.
And that's the frustrating part. If he goes back to Seattle, that he wouldn't know every trick in the book that the 49ers are going to do basically on offense or even on defense that's going to really ruin the chances.
And they could readjust their defense and get ready for everything we do. Sherm could be out there calling signals as to what to shift
Exactly.
to. Oh, God.
Exactly. I don't want to risk that. Stick with the 49ers and we could just literally dominate the NFC West while you still hear media saying like, oh, I think Seattle's going to win. I think, the Rams are going to win. I don't think so. Or Cardinals. I'm like, they know y'all saying this because y'all know 49ers are the best in the NFC West.
God, that's a horrifying thought. Britt, we're going to go, and I'm going to see you on Twitter. And just have a great evening, okay? I'll be back Sunday.
Okay.
Right,
thank you, Ronbo. Good night.
Thank you, Brittany. Bye. Well, listen, you see the other big show. I'll let you read his comment. I am not going to read that. And what did he do to Big Show's photo? Even he looks like he did something to his head. Chill. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, I love to talk about these things during this time of year because, we got time to kill before the players get back out and workouts and stuff like that when more fun stuff talked about. But I like to spotlight analysts. And you're right, Mick World. I do like to watch Matt Miyoko. Matt Miyoko goes out and searches out what people are talking about, so I like to follow them up to take shortcuts. But yeah, now you have it that McShay on ESPN is saying things like, "Listen, I don't buy it. Yes, Trey is going to play more games this season than Jimmy, and Jimmy is going down. Okay, he's going to get hurt, and that's what's going to happen." I said, you guys, would you stop with that? My God. But Phil,
so how can they projection him being hurt? Okay,
they do it
in 2019. He wasn't hurt all year, so we know he can make a year without being hurt, right?
Yeah. Just
it's
knock
just
Quinnen Williams out next time he comes running through.
Are the useful idiots, and they try to play on the useful idiots. They try to believe this stuff. You know what? I talked to season ticket holders. They want Jimmy to start. They know it takes more than a year to learn Kyle's system. Look at
Matt Ryan.
Atlanta's quarterback. How long? Matt Ryan. How long did it take him? It took him a whole year to learn the system.
And he's still mad with Kyle.
And he's a seasoned veteran.
Pro.
What do you think it's going to take a 20-year-old kid to learn Kyle's system and be proficient at it? It's going to take him a year at least.
No,
so,
no, Phil. You'll get pushback on that. Everybody thinks he's an Einstein, and he'll learn quickly, immediately.
I'm sorry. Nobody can be that smart. Nobody. And if they think that, they're dumb. I'm sorry. I'm calling you out, man. It's just not going to happen. And Kyle knows it.
Yeah.
Jed knows it.
Yeah.
Lynch knows it. They're all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And nobody believes them. What the hell?
I know. That's why they don't talk much, Phil. Nobody's going to believe them anyway. They're going to believe whatever they want to believe. And if it fits their way of thinking, that's fine. If not, they'll change it to fit their way of thinking.
Oh, it drives me crazy. And I talk to, I've got a lot of season ticket holders I talk to in our group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They all want Jimmy to start. They've got the investment in this year. We've all put out money. None of these guys in the chat room have actually put out money to go see the 49ers.
Maybe some may. But, I mean, the thing is, you got a right to feel that way. You make that kind of payment for, and those are expensive seats.
Several thousand, it's not cheap. Okay, it's not cheap.
No.
We make the investment. We want to see a team that's going to compete for a championship. We don't feel that there's a team that with Trey Lance we can compete for a championship. With Jimmy, we can. We know we can.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm speaking for them. I talk to them. And that's the way I feel. So whatever. I mean, these guys are smoking something if they think that Trey Lance can just step in first week and take us to a championship, because it's never been done before. Never.
Phil, the argument is also to a degree about, he needs to get in there and learn. Phil, what do you find wrong with that whole mindset? That's what I'm saying. He can learn. No, this team is ready to go now. He needs to catch up, but not on the field Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays. He can still learn, but not now.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I play golf. I played Division I sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you just don't get better on game day. You get better on practice days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just mind-boggling. And Kyle knows it. John Lynch knows it.
They've already
Jed
said
York knows it.
They've said it.
They're saying the same. They're all on the same page. Yeah. And then everybody says, "Oh, they're lying."
That's my favorite. They just came out and lied to you for no reason.
Get it.
Why do you lie about that kind of thing? What is the point? What do I need to lie about that for? This is what I'm asking. I don't need to lie about that.
It drives me nuts. But I just think that the Niners, they're in a good situation. They've got the quarterback of the future. They got the quarterback of the present.
Mm-hmm.
If Jimmy goes down and gets hurt, yeah, Trey's going to come in. No doubt about it. But he's got to get injured first. Come on, give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, we've got the schedule. The schedule's in our favor. We've got a fourth place schedule. We're playing teams like Cleveland when the Rams are playing Baltimore and Seattle's playing Pittsburgh and Arizona's playing Cleveland. And
Yeah.
would you rather take your chances with Cincinnati
Absolutely.
over those three teams on the road?
Although
Come on.
it's not going to be easy, but any place. But still, those are favorable conditions. People got to go.
Exactly.
And
it's just frustrating. It's just mind-boggling. But
it's going to be more.
I would think we're going to be good. We're going to be real good this year, and with Jimmy. Okay.
Yes.
And then everybody's going to have to eat crow.
All
right.
with hot sauce.
Except for you and me.
Yes. All right, Bill. I'll see you Sunday.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. There he goes.
All right, take care.
My
All
man at arms,
bye.
Phil. All right, Phil. And his name is Vams. Vams.
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me?
Vams, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Here, I'm going to tell you why you, Bill, and Brittany are dead wrong. Trey Lance is starting
Please.
at least 14 games. Ronbo,
Run it down,
what
Vams.
let me tell you what does Kyle hate more than anything? Turnovers. He'll cut you if you're a good running back because you fumbled once. He did that with Salvin Ahmed in training camp. Turnovers are the only thing Kyle Shanahan hates.
Mm-hmm.
If Jimmy comes in there and turns the ball over 2 times, I don't care how ready Trey Lance is. He's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Shanahan cannot bear turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason Trey Lance hasn't Jimmy hasn't been benched is because the other 2 guys are even bigger turnover machines.
Vams.
Like, Ronbo, you can't deny it that Jimmy
Vams.
turns the ball over too much.
Vams.
You can't deny it.
No, I won't deny it. But what I do want to know from you, Vams, is this. You got a kid that's coming into this league from a conference that's not going to resemble anything like the FCS in the NFL, right? Next, you're going to see defenses.
You want him to sit for 2 years?
Let me just finish the sentence, though. Now you've got defenses coming at him that he's going to find a little wild to start with. Now, if you guarantee that he's going to bring that same FCS skill and record to the NFL and never turn over the ball, I got a bridge near San Francisco I can sell you as well.
Hey, Ronbo, go look at Jimmy's FCS stats in college. He was a turnover machine then, too. All right, let's not act like this guy can't play because he played in the FCS, okay?
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You're saying that Trey is beyond reproach and that he's going to come in the NFL and he's going to look exactly the same as he did at North Dakota.
No, I'm not saying that.
Believe that?
I'm not saying he's going to look like he did at North Dakota.
You're bringing his record from North Dakota you're bringing his record from North Dakota. Oh yeah, he needs the reps.
Some people just don't turn over the ball. That's a translatable thing. No matter what your level of competition is. Some guys just turn over the ball more. Some guys just don't. And that's not something that gets better.
Yeah, true.
You know that, Rombo. Who's the guy who turns over the ball a lot that got better?
But when
who got better at that?
Nobody gets better. I mean, I've seen Brady do it. I've seen Rodgers do it. I've seen Mahomes do it. There's no such thing in the NFL as never, ever turning over the ball. Vams, I'm sorry, but that's a fact.
I mean, and hold on. Let me talk about Richard Sherman for a second. The reason you guys are wrong about Richard Sherman is you got to let these young guys play, Rombo. These are the future, okay? If you go to the NFC Championship instead of the Super, they have to play. We need to see we have to see what Tarvarius Moore can do. We have to see what Ambry Thomas can do. We can't stunt these guys' development for old guys who have a year or 2 left. If we bench Lance the whole year, put Kwasi T, Jimmy Ward, and all the old guys.
Vams,
these guys are all done.
Why don't we start all the rookies? Just start them all. I mean, let's not stop at Lance and Tavares. Play all
We're not
the
winning a
rookies.
Super Bowl in 2021, Rombo. We're winning a Super Bowl in 2022.
Is that your mindset?
2021 is not the year.
Is that your prediction?
2021 is the year the second year of a rookie, a young QB is when he explodes.
Okay, so
He
you're
needs
not
to play,
concerned.
Ronbo.
You can just throw away 2021. Just bring all the rookies in, right?
I just want to see if they can play or not. We have to know if these guys can play, Ronbo.
And at the expense of make the vets sit down,
and if they
or
don't-
just don't let them play. Bring the rookies in, let them make their mistakes now. In a year where you've got a lot of guys that are poised, ready to roll toward the championship, you would do that.
These guys are injury-prone vets, Ronbo. And the thing about Sherman is Sherman limits the kind of coverages you guys can play. You can only play a certain kind of zone coverage when Sherman's on the field. And like the second Sherman got injured, look at our secondary got good because we're able to play all kinds of different coverages.
I'll give you that though.
You know that's true, Ronbo.
Yeah, they did
Like
get better. It took a couple of weeks, but they did get better.
Exactly, because they could run all kinds of different coverages. And about the thing about like we can't let Sherman go to Seattle because he's going to tell him all the checks. Come on, Ronbo. They got to kill our Witherspoon and Kerry Hyder already.
I forgot. They're already over there, aren't they? You got me there too.
Exactly.
You know what?
That's not a big deal.
They don't have the intellect that Sherm does. Sherm can detail and draw it out a lot better.
Come on, Ronbo.
No, I tell you
Sherm,
what.
we got Sherm from Seattle. It's not like he told us anything about how to stop runs. At the end of the day, we just got to get the guys on the field to know if they can play.
Yeah.
We need to know if Ambry Thomas can play.
Vams, you got good points. We got good points, but here's the thing. I want experienced vets out there for the Super Bowl run. We got a lot of guys that signed up for 1 year, not so they can sit down and watch rookies learn how to play. We got those 1 year contracts. The only reason we signed them is because we know that Super Bowl window's open now.
And the thing about Rodgers and Matt Ryan struggling in their first year, the reason they struggled is because they played in an offense that was so different to the Shanahan offense. The second it got there, they actually didn't understand because they were struggling to execute the offense because it was so different. But what's the name? Lance is already in that offense.
Okay.
Shanahan can win with Lance as long as Lance is not a turnover machine. You know it.
Yeah.
We'd have 10, 11 wins if Mullins wasn't a turnover machine.
Lance, Vams, we'll see. And you know what? If you're right, if Lance comes in and just gobbles up that offense, he just makes no mistakes.
Exactly.
I'll be the
Just
first
needs
one
to
to say,
turn over the ball less than Jimmy, and that's not that hard.
hey,
Okay?
Jimmy wins 13-3 means that's not a big deal, Vams. Hey, Vams, we're gonna run out of time though. Let me see you Sunday. We'll continue, okay?
All right, Ronbo. Just don't be so mean to the guys who want to see Lance play. All right, man. We're
I'm not
fans
being
too.
mean.
You don't have to ridicule us. No, man. I seen your tweets. You're being mean. I saw the tweets, Ronbo. You're like, you're shitting on us.
No, I'm just saying what Shannon is saying. That's all I'm echoing. But everybody else is bending in the other direction. So that's all.
Exactly. Kyler Murray.
All right.
Exactly. Kyler Murray started 17 games, and he started from week 1. Come on.
All right. We got to go, Vams. I'll see you on Twitter.
All right, peace.
Out. Yeah, me and the Twitter people, boy, we go back and forth, boy. I tell you. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Ronbo.
Matt, as you know, as Vams just pointed out, I'm the Antichrist as far as rewording what Kyle and John say. So Matt, McShay is saying, forget about it. Jimmy's going to start way more this year games and maybe for the same reason Vams just pointed out. Vams says Jimmy turns the ball over to a rate of every other time he's on the field. And here is, you've got Trey Lance, who didn't throw, but I think he had 1 turnover. No, wait, did he get 0 turnovers while he was at North Dakota State? So he's going to bring that same skill and ability and talent over to San Francisco, into the NFL, and it's going to be the same thing. Matt.
No.
This is science fiction. Oh. Well, Matt, what do you think? Is McShay, do you agree with anything he's saying, or should McShay just stop rehearsing these things before they come on? Well, I don't know. What do you think?
I just think the whole thing about Trey Lance is just crazy how they just think, you spend 3 first-round picks and he's going to play week 1, whatever. In my opinion, you have to start Jimmy G first week because, just this whole thing about him getting hurt is ridiculous. You can't predict injuries. You can't predict what moves the guy's going to make. You can't. So you got to hope Jimmy stays healthy, and if he doesn't, okay, then Trey Lance comes in.
Yeah. Or somebody else. I got to tell you something, man. I got a feeling Trey may not. Hopefully, Jimmy doesn't go down. If he does go down this season, at least don't go down in week 3, 4, 5, or 6, or else we're going to see guys like Nate Sudfeld. Trey, after I've been watching his tape a while, it's going to take him a minute. People don't think so. I'm not gonna harp on that because it pisses people off. He is not ready for NFL primetime, not yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
It's going to take time, Yeah. So.
And also, Richard Sherman. Now, Vams brings up another point that's interesting. A lot of people want all the vets to sit the hell down and get those rookies out there as much, and don't bring Sherman in here taking up anybody. Although Tavares Moore is probably not going to sit down for Sherman anyway. I don't know. I thought Sherman would play the cornerback position anyway if he comes in. A lot of people want him to go to safety, but if anything happens, it would be Tavares would not be sitting down. It'd be Mosley. But I mean, what do you think of that situation? Should Sherman stay right where he is or go somewhere else?
Yeah, I think he should stay. I think he should. I don't know. It's just my thought because people are talking about all these rookies coming in, but I like Sherman. I like what he did here, and yeah, he's getting older and he's not his prime or anything, but he's still solid. I wouldn't mind having him.
Yeah, and he brings an ambiance to the locker room that's I think it's pretty much a plus. Last year, Sherman was probably I don't know what capacity he was with the 49ers last year, but we looked good in the second half of the season as far as our defense went. We were getting killed early on, but I'll allocate that to Casala actually or Macy. I don't know. Maybe that's why Maceo got to be DC. That defense they weren't using the front so much. They were using everybody on the defense to put pressure on the quarterback. I was impressed with that. So maybe.
Right.
So.
Right.
We'll see what happens. So.
Yeah, anyway. It's going to be interesting. Wild season, I'll tell you that coming up.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm already getting ready to gloat. See, Matt, because I can see this one coming. See, Jimmy G is sitting back quietly, and I got a feeling he's simmering. You know what I mean? Because, I remember interviewing him, and he's very calm. Jimmy Garoppolo is that dude. You ever been around guys that were real quiet, but you never want to piss them off? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is...
Right, yeah.
This is, I think, I'm seeing in Jimmy. Jimmy's going to come out there and hold clinics on several weeks of the season. Now, they say... when he was in New England, he was always on top of his game, which is why Belichick did not want to get rid of him during practice. Why? Because he thought he should have Brady's job. And so this is why I know, okay, you guys get to intimidate Jimmy? Okay, good. So.
Right, yeah.
We're going to see what happens.
He's gonna be mad, he's going to try and play his best, I tell you, I'm hoping he can stay healthy because whatever his record is, 26 and something, 26 and 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
24. So.
See, the thing is, Jimmy's in his second year with that system, too. This is another thing people aren't really counting on. It takes a while to grasp that system and function smoothly. And that's also all the guys around you need to be in the system along with you. We got enough guys now all in the system together that there's going to be a surprise coming up for the 49ers this year that people weren't looking for. I can see it already.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Matt, we'll be back Sunday. Talk some more 49er football. Right. See what they say next, and you get on it. All right, fam.
All right. Good night, Ronbo. Have a good one.
Bye, man. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
49ers Ultimate Report has reported in. Click him up, man. John's got content running all the time as well. John, I'm looking at McShay, and I will say, Todd, I mean, you don't want us to win, do you, Todd? You just want us to come out there and train our rookie up right from the gate one. And if he fails, that's okay. Pick him up off the dirt, put him back on top of the horse, until we start winning with him. It may take a minute, but that's okay. we're winning, we're learning, and we're getting our guy ready for next year. So anyway, I think McShay is probably the minority with most of these people in the media. But your feeling on this matter now is Jimmy going to play less games this year than Trey Lance? And let's not throw the the injury thing into the equation. Let's just look at it if they both stayed healthy. Can that be the case? And also, give us a little bit about Richard Sherman. And Vams has brought up a point. Stop putting all these guys in there, making our youngsters sit down. Where are you on that?
I'm going to start off with Richard Sherman. I talked about it on my channel this afternoon, is that, while he had a great 2019 season, 3 interceptions, 11 pass deflections, he was a Pro Bowler. But it really shows you why Seattle let him go for nothing and let him go to a division rival, because they saw something. And even though, in 2018, he was not good, but in 2019, he played really well. But when you have a player who's 33 years old, and I said this from the beginning, that dude wanted to be paid like Patrick Peterson, who got $10 million for 3 years. And that's one thing that now he's saying, I'm willing to come back to San Francisco. Me and my agent are reaching out to the 49ers, because he knows no one's going to pay him no money. And then he's also thinking that, maybe if I come back to San Francisco, I can get, my job back, I can play, I can, help groom these, young guys for, the future. But when you look at everything about Richard Sherman, he is a number 4 corner, because Emmanuel Mosley has improved, since he's been with the 49ers. Jason Verrett, when healthy, is a dangerous guy. And K'Wan Williams is a really good nickel corner. And Robert Saleh said, hey, a lot of great things, even when he was, and for some reason he didn't get them. So these players know that, he knows that he's in the last part of his career. He's trying to get as much money as he can. And that's the Richard Sherman thing. When it comes to the 49ers and this quarterback, I tell people, stop listening to the media, because the media is going to divide us, because they want Trey Lance to go in. I want to remind the media, they're the ones who pushed Mac Jones. And now Lombardi, Chris Sims, 2 good examples, just 2 good examples, was bashing the 49ers organization. Lombardi had the audacity to say, the fans, really wanted Fields or Lance, so we have to really get these guys, because no, they know what they're doing. That's why they get paid millions of dollars, to make sure they get it right. And Chris Sims, he had to pivot back on a podcast last week. I'm not saying that, Trey Lance, but as I know, Kyle Shanahan secretly does not want a mobile quarterback. So it really shows you these media people, and I don't even listen to them no more, because they're really going to, piss you off.
They do say things to incite riots. I just want to ask you one question about Sherm, though. Sherm's got an agent working with him now?
That is a good question. I don't know, because,
Well, I thought I heard you say, okay, he alerted his agent. Because Sherm, I thought he was like a maverick. He goes around making his own deals. Okay, that's not going to work. If they send an agent in to San Francisco, it is definitely not going to happen.
Yeah, so if he has an agent, if he doesn't have an agent, if he's representing himself, because I'm not sure if he has an agent, but when it comes to Richard Sherman, like, he knows that it's the best thing to do is to stay with the San Francisco 49ers if he wants to be in a winning culture. I really do not want him to go to Seattle, because the information that he knows, telling Pete Carroll, and Pete Carroll's a really good defensive guy. That's why he's 69 years old and he's still coaching in the NFL. So it really shows you that, it really should worry you if he goes over there, because Richard Sherman loves, Seattle, and he loves those players, and he's not afraid to tell Seattle the stuff, because that's who he is.
And he's got the cerebral capacity to really translate everything that goes on better. That's why when they said Spoon's over there, Kerry Hyder, maybe, but they can't diagram exactly what's going on as well as Sherm. Sherm's like, no, I don't want him over there talking. Because what Spoon didn't even play our defense all that well all the time. So what is he going to tell him? So God, Jesus.
And then one last quick thing when it comes to the quarterback situation, Jimmy Garoppolo starting week 1, we all can agree with that. When it comes to the longevity of a 17-game schedule, you fans are just a little bit concerned. But if he makes it to 17 games, that's an accomplishment, not just for 49ers, but for him. So he knows he's going to get ready. He's going to try to strengthen his body because he knows if he gets hurt or if Trey Lance is playing with the first squad on the practice, he knows it's a business. It's nothing negative towards Trey Lance, nothing negative towards, Jimmy. It's not about pro Garoppolo, pro, Lance. It's the NFL. Your job is never guaranteed. Even, for an example, Trent Williams' contract, 6 years. It's only 3 years. We don't know if he's going to make it through 6 years. So that's how I see the quarterback situation. One game at a time.
Yeah. So and that goes for Mike McGlinchey on the other edge too. If we draft a guy comes in up there, and I got a feeling there's going to be something like that too coming to John. We're going to start looking at offensive linemen, and McGlinchey has another year. Okay, let's see if we can get in front of another offensive lineman next year in the draft. We're going to run out of time. 49ers Ultimate Report. If you see him in the chat, click him up. Get on over to his page and subscribe. And get ready for his next program. Hey, John, you're
all right,
parting.
Ronbo.
Go ahead.
Ronbo, thanks for having me on. Shout out to Tommy Huxley. He's one of my loyal subscribers. Go after those Rams guys and Niners all day.
Yes. All right, fam. All right, John. Always appreciate you. And J1. Jay must be in the middle of an altercation. I hear him shouting in the background. Jay! Clansman said, if Jimmy's healthy, let him play. Squad is locked and loaded. Trey gets to learn. Lynch said, not until he is ready. Lance has to beat Jimmy in practice. See, this is what people don't want to hear. They don't care if he beats Jimmy out or not. He needs to play. I'm totally against that, man. He can learn, but not with this team. With this team, if you can beat Jimmy out, okay. If not, no. Your time's coming. Perfect timing. There he is. The latest member of TNT, which is True Niner Talk, not Trey and Trez. It is Nana Mike. Forget about it.
Forget about it. What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, Nana Mike. I love to look at what the media is doing and bring it to the table. We all know that the media, we talked about this, the media is full of hogwash. So we know it's okay because they provide fun things to talk about. So McShay, everybody else says, well, you're going to bring Trey Lance along and get him in there when you can as soon as possible. And then John McShay says, damn that. Jimmy will play less games this year. It's going to be a Trey Lance team all year long. Which, by the way, Mike, I know you was like right in McShay's corner. I know you.
Yeah, well, look.
Vams brings up a good point about Richard Sherman. Is it time to let the old guys sit the hell down and let those kids play?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely on that. I mean, where you want to start at first, Ronbo? All right, the first thing is
wherever you want to go.
The first thing is, look, I like Richard Sherman. All right, I got a lot of respect for Richard Sherman, but at the end of the day, I think it's run its course. I think if he goes to anybody, it's going to be because they're in an emergency situation or because, maybe they want to try him out, at the safety spot, something like that, Ronbo. But I don't see
putting him on the other
I don't
end.
know. I just don't see Ronbo, I just don't see it. You know what I mean? I like him, but, hey, I think I think it's better for us that we do look forward to moving on. Now, look, we get some injuries or some things happen, then forget about it. You know what I mean? Don't worry. We just, give him a phone call and bring him in. And I kind of think that that's where everyone's at when it comes to Richard Sherman, Ronbo, with all due respect. I mean, here we are. We're post-draft now. Obviously, no one was really calling before the draft. Now we're after the draft, so it really seems like he's just he's on a wait and see list. For a lack of better words, you know what I mean? He's just sit around until someone's roster gets depleted, injuries start happening in training camp or whatnot, and then you'll probably see Richard Sherman pop up somewhere. But other than that, I think it's time to let it go. And look, the same thing goes for our situation, Ronbo. I think we got to get we got to get the kid. The kid needs to come in, and he needs to just be able to learn and not get thrown to the friggin' wolves, Ronbo. And all these clowns is talking on the freaking on the whole TV, the media. They just need something to friggin' talk about. That's it. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing to talk about until basically you got the NBA playoffs. They're going to be starting soon, and then they'll maybe focus more of their attention on that, But in the meantime,
finally
Ronbo,
they can then. They got to make stuff up between now
yeah,
and then.
in the meantime, it's just going to be a bunch of hearsay bullshit,
Yeah.
People are going to say what they want, give something to talk about, give Skip and Shannon something to yell
My
at each other
favorite
about
duo.
in the morning, Yeah, and I tune in, I listen to it. It is. It's entertainment, Ronbo. That's exactly what it is.
Absolutely.
It's entertaining, and that's all it is. And for anyone to try to read more into that, or for anyone thinking that, Kyle and John Lynch are sitting around going, I wonder what Nick from First Take thinks we should do. Like, he doesn't give a shit. None of them care.
And you're so right.
I
Mike, 'cause
don't care.
They
You
never
shouldn't care.
echo. They never go behind these guys and clean anything up. They just let them keep talking. Kyle even said it. We just listened to it, and we just thought it'd be good for us. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it was great. It was great, and now it even makes more sense when you see him when he was making the comment there at the presser when he was saying, you kind of feel bad for the guy when you're going to take it because he's sitting there thinking, they're pumping up Mac Jones this whole time. And, at some point you feel bad, you're going along with the lie like that, but then you got to sit there and watch the outcome. The poor kid was sitting there waiting for his phone to ring, I
He
almost
looked all dejected, staring down the floor. And the media should be held responsible for that, too. Of course, that's what they do, and that's what they're there for, to create Armageddon as much as they can.
It's a show, Ronbo. It's a show. It's a show. Hey, listen, it's just about how you go about doing your show. That's why a lot of people tune into you, Ronbo. They like how you do your show. It's entertaining, but it's it's real. You debate back and forth with people and everything, and that's great. Even your love for Jimmy G is real, Ronbo. we all know it's not puppy love. We know you got a real thing over there for Jimmy G, and that's all right.
Yeah.
You can forget about it. That's all right. But look, Trey's gonna play when it's time for Trey to play, and that's all that everyone needs to friggin' know. It's it. It's simple. It's point blank. It's period. He's going to play when it's time to play. Look, if he shows up to practice, all right, and he's gaining the grasp of this thing, and he starts throwing friggin' just passes, whipping by and doing all kinds of things like, all right, look, then, everyone and their grandmother there is going to know that it's time for him to go and play. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what point of the season that happens. It doesn't matter when it happens, but when it happens, it'll happen. Now, there's certain things that could speed that up. Jimmy G may be getting hurt. Maybe we start off to a real shitty record, God forbid. Something happens or whatever, You never know, Ronbo. You know what I mean? That's the way it goes.
Ooh,
so there's a couple of different things that could speed it up. But I think at the end of the day, it is what they've been saying it is, and that is Trey's going to play when it's time for him to play. Point blank, period. Forget about it if you think otherwise,
Mike, look at you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Look at Mike, just hitting 100 everywhere. Mike, we're out of time now, Mike. Look,
I'm trying, Ronbo. I'm trying. And,
Mike,
I'm hopefully I hit 100 on these steaks I'm about to throw on the grill here, Ronbo. Hopefully I hit 100 on them. If I do, then it'll be a nice all-around night. You know what I mean? It'll be a nice all-around night. I got family and friends over. We're gonna have a nice little steak here, and all the good stuff. You know what I mean, Ronbo? Forget about it.
Go ahead, Mike. You get back to that, fam.
I appreciate you, Ronbo. Shout out to the faithful.
I said,
Shout
don't
out
miss
to the
Sunday.
TNT family. And
Yeah.
and what was that?
I said, don't miss Sunday. I'll be looking for you.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to see you Sunday, Rombo. Don't worry.
man.
That's pasta day. We'll see you on Sunday for sure.
I love me some
All
Mike.
right,
Boy.
Rombo. Forget
All right,
about it. Have a good night. All right.
You too.
All right.
Night, Mike. And hey, let's go back and see if Jay's. Hey, Jerry. J. Oh, where is Jay? This show has really little to do with me. It's you. When people come into this program, like Niner Mike, 49ers Ultimate Report, Trey and Trez, TNT.
Alexa, turn on the living room light.
And then you get guys like Papa Dragon, who most recently joined us, to add to the Chad, Mike's in California. He's not throwing steaks on the barbecue at midnight.
Well, I'm in Nashville. It's 11 o'clock. It's already 2 hours past my bedtime.
That's why people are questioning Mike throwing steaks on the barbecue at midnight in New York City. Hey, you know what?
Hey.
It might taste even better at that hour. If you're awake,
It
it's
might.
weekend.
Oh, no, he's definitely a red meat eating guy. Definitely. shout out to Niner Mike. Shout out to production, Brittany.
Thanks,
the original Big Show. Let's get into it.
You know about the other big show, right?
Let's get into it. Here we go.
Yes,
Here we go.
Please.
I hope the baby Jesus that Ronbo and Brittany and Phil are right. I hope you guys are right. I really do. And I'm not going to say nothing about. I'm not going to say nothing about Jimmy G tearing a core muscle, messing around with the Korean twins, Fook you and Fook me. I'm not going to say nothing about that. I'm going to talk X's and O's. Let's talk X's and O's for 2 seconds. Now, this is how Kyle Shanahan's offense works. Now, remember, I'm a defensive guy that fell in love with offense.
Okay.
I really fell in love with it. So this is what happens. Lot of verbiage. So I come into the huddle. I say, 2 wide, bingo, X come back, right B, shallow cross. I just called 2 plays. That's 2 plays.
Yep.
Now, all these plays are on Jimmy Garoppolo's wrist. Are they not?
Yep. He
Yes.
pulls his tab
Well,
up,
he's got a
takes it
choice
up.
between 2 plays when he goes to the line of scrimmage. He makes mistakes there. And in professional football, Stan, NFL said for not for long, you keep making mistakes. Now, Jimmy G is not on the quote-unquote hot seat because he's not just because, he's, been unavailable, but he's also in that hot seat because he's made mistakes. Again, go back, look at the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, or look at the playoff game before that when he only threw 8 passes. So right now, he is not just making mistakes, but sometimes he forgets what play is called or where a player is supposed to be. And instead of him pulling the trigger with confidence, he's unsure and holds the ball. That's what happens to Jimmy G. Now, flash forward to Trey Lance. The argument is, as a freshman, he learned the entire playbook on both defense and offense, something that Carson Wentz, who went number 2 overall, couldn't do. To the point where they said, okay, kid, you call the plays, you call the protections, you call the audibles, you call the hot routes. That, my friend, is unheard of. So when people are sitting there and saying, oh, he should start, these people, they do have a slight point. But here's why I hope you're right. Confidence is the most key component to a quarterback. We don't want to blow this kid's confidence. But how much confidence do you have to need if you're only throwing the ball 18 to 24 times a game when you got a running game like Shanahan? That is the dilemma. So with history being what history is, Jimmy G's got a lot of bad tape the last 2 seasons, okay? So, again, we want him to start, but we want the kid to push Jimmy G to do better. We want to push Jimmy G to do better because, again, he's got the locker room. He's got it. And you don't want to tear that locker room apart, picking between quarterbacks. So the media doesn't know what they're talking about because, again, if they did, Mac Jones would be our quarterback. So we haven't played a down. Have we played a down? We have not played a single down. Not a down. Practice and OTAs are already disrupted. Okay? And who missed OTAs more than anybody last year? It was Jimmy G.
Now, Shanahan's offense is dope. It is dope. Patrick Mahomes has the most passing yards in the first 16 days of his career than any quarterback in history of the league. And you know who number 2 is?
Who?
Nick Mullins is number 2.
Nick's got 2 or 3 records that nobody even really believes or knows
Number
about.
2. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the 49er fans should be very, very happy. Injuries derailed us last year. I'm hoping to God that all these guys are doing their yoga and the icing up. And they do everything they can to stay healthy because they got a chance because injuries is going to hit everybody. You know, one of these days.
But not like they hit us.
People are going to. Well, they hit us. It hit everyone, but not like they've hit us real hard the last couple of seasons.
Really?
Even the Super Bowl run.
Yes.
Even the Super Bowl run.
Clean?
Even the Super Bowl run. No, not at all. So Jimmy's got to clean up his game. He's got to clean up his calls at the line of scrimmage. He's got to make sure he knows that playbook better. And more importantly, he's got a quick release. He's got to use it. So when he hesitates, and again, look at the fourth quarter Super Bowl, you'll see him hold the ball instead of releasing it because he's not sure which way the receiver is going to go. So he's getting a little bit flustered. And he's got to get better.
Kyle Shanahan and company has to also get that under control all week during practice. Kyle, why are they doing that? I mean, Jimmy's not an idiot, and I do work. Kendrick Bourne ran a wrong route. You know what? This is going to be interesting to see this year. When I don't think Matt Ayuk, I'm hoping is going to be pretty sharp. I know Debo is fully ready now because Debo's job is he's the guy that goes for the short routes every now and then. He may go a little deeper in the pattern, but usually it's Jimmy looking for Debo to make a cut, and he just throws it there, and Debo's there. They had that down to a science. And why Kyle went away from that in the Super Bowl, I do not know. He got to keep asking Mr. Kyle. They couldn't do nothing with Debo. Feed him. No, he was.
It's not all on Kyle though. Some of it is. But there was like I said, there's a lot of problems there that happened in that last quarter of that game. Starts and top. But make a long story short. He's got to play better
because we're out of time. 5 seconds.
Out of time already?
Yeah. I know, right?
How much money I got? How much money do I got to donate? Put a bookmark on it.
I want to hear the rest of it, but we got to wait till Sunday, okay?
Fine. But I will say this.
Yeah.
I heard your introduction today, and I will say that Ronbo's getting stronger. You're getting stronger, Ronbo. All right, production. I'm out. Shout out to everybody, everyone. Niners all day. Keep it coming, Big Phil. And where's the Big Show? Where is he?
His other guys here with him. But go ahead, Phil. Papa, give me that yell you get. We got to go, Phil.
Yeah. Oh, you want the yell? All right, let me clear my.
Always does that. His system shuts down. I wonder if he knows about that. I can still hear him in the distance, though.
Woo!
That's a flag. Bob, I'll see you Sunday.
Later, brother.
Night.
Man, that is annoying. The dog is covering his ears up and shaking.
Well, I guess you're going to give him a nervous breakdown. That's it, cruelty to animals. Bob, go.
People's lights are turning on.
Pop's out of control. Get him off. Hey.
Somebody step on that chicken.
Tony, come on in and bring some sense to this. Some sanity.
That gets me every
time.
Come on back,
man. Sherman. Come on back home, Sherman. Don't go to the...
Anyway, Tony, Todd McShay. Tony, you know what, though? I know you got a spin on this. You already know what's going on with McShay. And the Richard Sherman thing, I'm sure you got something to say about that as well. Tony, take it away.
All right. So I did some digging. I couldn't find anything for this year, but for last year, we were the second oldest team in football. I just want to make that clear, okay?
Ooh.
So I'm going to go through some points with that in a second here, but
that.
yeah,
Rams
we were
fans.
almost one.
No, Hawks fans said that.
Yeah. the Bears were number one just by a little bit, but I think we actually might be number one this year because you look at the guys we brought in. Basically, everybody from last year came back, right? So they're a year older. Alex Mack from Western Richburg, that's about a 7-year difference. So, I mean, we could be number one right now. And the reason why I bring that up is because it's kind of weird, the situation we're in. We have a quarterback to where I feel like he needs to play, but I don't know if we're Super Bowl ready with him. But the rosters win now. We have all these old guys. We're not going to develop them. They're pretty much where they're going to be at for the rest of their career.
Hit their peak, yeah.
So you look at it that way and you're like, okay, it's a win now roster. Jimmy needs to be the starter. But then you also look at it this way. Trey Lance needs development, for one, because he's not going to get development by sitting for a second year in a row. He needs reps. And whether you do that, if you're in a great situation, maybe you're up by 3 or 4 touchdowns. We have a pretty easy schedule this year, by the way. Maybe it's like at the 50-yard line, you start your drive. Maybe you throw him in and take out Jimmy for a drive, just for 1, to get him reps, for 2, to help his confidence, okay? So those are things I look at to say where you're not going to put yourself in a bad position, but you're helping the quarterback. So, you know, that's where it kind of gets
I like to
dicey.
interject on that. If in the fourth quarter we're up by more than 2 touchdowns and 5 minutes to go, a couple possessions, Trey plays.
I agree.
You know, why risk Jimmy if we're doing that well, and let Trey learn at the same time? So I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. And another thing with the older roster is you're going to be more injury prone. And we've seen it with all the veterans, Jimmy Ward, Jaquaski Tart, Jason Verrett, they all get injured. So it's really tough because they have been getting injured their whole careers, but it hasn't been to where they're out for the whole year. They come back in 3 games, but now Tart's missing 8 games at a time. Jimmy Ward missed 6 games at a time.
Well, Jimmy's been around for 2 years, Tony. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't missed any time in the last 2 seasons. And besides, we got Hufanga, and Tart knows if he goes down, Hufanga takes over. I like the thought of that, actually.
Yeah, that was an excellent pick when you look at it. And he's a second-round talent, but the issue is injuries. And that's another thing where you have to have good depth. And I think that's why you bring in a guy like him, to where he can do everything you want, and he can come off the bench if Tart gets injured. Or I think he can play free safety too. I'm not sold on Tarvarius Moore one bit. I'm not. So
are you keeping Marcel Harris?
I don't like him. I really don't. He made one good play against Lamar a couple years ago, and that's what people remember him for. But he routinely gets burnt. He's missing his assignments. He's a hard hitter, and that's about it. So I think that was a great selection. We got a kid from
Alabama, though. We've got
Maiden's more of a nickel, though.
Oh, okay.
The way I look at him, he could play safety. I'm not saying he can't. He's a versatile guy like that, but I think nickel is his home. I don't know if Demo, the guy we just drafted, goes above him in rank. We'll see how that plays out in camp, but we need to get younger. And I want to talk about Sherm a little bit too. You can't have an older roster and expect your team to get better over time. You have to develop new players. Sherm has been here for 3 years. He's done his job. He's helped a lot of the younger guys like Emmanuel Mosley, even Jason Verrett to a certain degree, become better players. But now you have a coaching staff in there. You can't throw all your eggs in one bucket for a 33-year-old corner who's very slow. He's getting injured all the time now, and he's a liability on the field. We saw it in the Buffalo game where you just can't run with everybody anymore, right? You can be the smartest player all you want, but if you can't move, if you can't just stay with a player one-on-one, you're done. And he really limited what we could play. You saw after week 6, Jason Verrett and Emmanuel Mosley absolutely locked down. We were the number 1 secondary in football for my money until Sherm came back. That's how good they were, because you can run more man. You can run more 2 high safety type looks. It's not always single high. Sherman is on an island in a cover 3. It's not like that anymore. You have a lot more versatility when you have guys who can do everything. And that's why I really like the Ambry Thomas pick too. But if Sherm were 30 and he could move faster and we had a lot more younger guys on the roster, I'd say, okay, maybe you bring him back, maybe even as a safety, that could work out. But we're an older roster, we're injury prone, and we need speed. You look at the receivers that went into the division this year. Deshaun Jackson, for one, he still has a lot of speed. Right? You look at the draft, 3 second-round receivers, not just like regular old 5th-round speed guys. These guys were in the 2nd round. Tutu Atwell, Rondell Moore, Dwayne Eskridge. You don't beat speed by getting slower. You need to bring in
guys
speed
you just named off. They're small. Those are really hard on Sherm. Tony,
exactly.
Tony, you always. going to stop talking about Sherm, mainly because of things I've heard here tonight. These discussions are good, especially when you have a flexible. I believe and understand that it would be a risk. And Sherm, I'm still a little ticked off about what happened to him last year with Sammy Watkins. But still, I thought to myself, well, you're not going to get Sammy Watkins every week. But still, when that time comes, so
Yeah, and I want to mention too, he didn't lose the Super Bowl for us. I think that was mainly play calling and Jimmy's inability to process coverage. The more I look at it, I wouldn't blame that on Sherman. He wouldn't have been in that situation if the right play calls were made and if Jimmy made his reads. And to mention the refs were really horrible.
I know. That's my number one beef, too.
Yeah.
All right, Tony. Awesome stuff as usual. I'll see you Sunday. By the way, hit Tony up. Tony, give him your Twitter feed because Tony's doing lots of things over there these days. Tony.
Yeah. It's Tony _Rangini. You can probably look it up. And Ronbo, by the way, you're not following me. It's a newer account type thing.
I thought I followed you. Okay, I'll follow you again.
Yeah.
You changed up or something. I'll come and get you. I thought I was still following you. All right.
Yeah, for sure. So just look at my name. If you can't find it, go under Rombo's following and you should find me. But yeah, I like to give my analysis and whatnot around the 49ers. So go check it out if you want on Twitter.
All right. Good stuff, Tony. Tony does a great job.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, Tony. I will go follow you immediately after this program, and I'll see you Sunday. All right.
All right. Sounds good, Rombo.
Night, fam.
Night.
Can't believe I'm following. I thought I followed too. I followed a long time ago. Let's go back. Are we checking on Jay again? Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, Todd McShay, Richard Sherman controversy, because they've been talking a lot about Richard Sherman the last few days. And after hearing what everybody's saying there, I'm starting to think I was liking Sherm for a number of reasons, but maybe not. We might be good. I want to see the new kid play too, Embry. God, I don't know. Anyway, also, Todd McShay also says, listen, let's stop with the nonsense and let's get, and this year, in fact, it's going to be, and Todd McShay says, you're going to see more of Trey Lance in 2021 than you're going to see of Jimmy G. Why? Todd, first thing he says, what was really burning me up about all these people, Jimmy G is guaranteed to get hurt. Therefore, this will become his team this year. So, man, you're predicting these injuries, man. You don't know, there's no way to predict that. There's no science that's going to tell you. So, I'm getting mad about that all the time. But anyway, Jay, your feeling on this and Sherm and everything else you want to put in there.
All right, my feeling, I'm going to start with Richard Sherman. I'm going to say bring him back because his mental capacity, his brain, he's very smart, and leadership. We need that, leadership. So I think we should sign him to a league minimum,
League minimum. Jay, do you worry about Sherm's susceptible in man coverage? If we stay in a zone, he's okay. He plays off too far from me, but he's okay. He likes to keep everything in front of him. Sometimes he lets first downs in front of him recently, but if you mess with Sherm too much, he will pick you off. Sometimes I think Sherm does what he does to set quarterbacks and OCs up so he can hurt them. So the old gunfighter, I look at Sherm, you mess with him, he's going to hurt you. So just go ahead, keep trying to do little things to him, and all of a sudden he's going to be bringing the ball back. So that's why I still like him. But go ahead.
That's why I said to bring him back because he, he don't have the speed. He's not a young cat no more. We understand that, but at the same time, he brings leadership and he knows the game and he's very smart. So, ain't too many people who stack like Kansas City as far as receiver wise. You know what I'm saying? With speed, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? With speed. That's what I'm talking about. So I would sign Richard Sherman back. I wouldn't sign him to a big deal, but I'll sign him to, a veteran deal.
And Jay, you won't have to now because Sherm is still unemployed. with only 2 or 3 weeks to go before camp starts. Now, he did not want to be in this position, so Sherm's able to take something that makes more sense. He can't get
Right.
and give an incentive package, because it's gonna be harder for him to make that anyway. So give an incentive package,
Correct.
and he'll end up giving back money like he did last year.
Right.
Sherm, I love you,
And,
Sherm. Come on, man, I'm just laughing at what happened. It wasn't
but
funny
then,
though.
and then, just there to, to help the young, we got 2 corners, you know what I'm saying?
They can learn from Sherm.
So just, right, they can learn a lot. So that's why I said bring him back, you know what I'm saying? Of course, he's not, but then on the Jimmy thing, no, I would not start Trey Lance. I would let Trey Lance sit there on the bench, learn, and when people done that, it's been very successful. Look at Aaron Rodgers, look at Patrick Mahomes. Let him sit for a year, learn Kyle's system, learn how to read defense. Because if he gets some 2 things down, you know what I'm saying, then he'd be okay. But don't try to rush Trey Lance in there to try to start now. You got Jimmy there. Let Jimmy play. Let him get the starting nod. If Jimmy get hurt, I don't know. I probably put in Josh Rosen in just to let Trey just sit back.
Yeah. Somebody
Not
said
worried
that the
about
other day,
nothing.
too. Trey may not even be number 2 on the list. He may be at 3. Rosen and Sudfeld are not both going to be on the team. One of them's going to go.
He
So it
gonna
might
be
either
number
Rosen or
2, but
Sudfeld.
he gonna be number 2. But I'm saying if I was the coach, I would let, if Jimmy got hurt and I had 3 quarterbacks on the roster, I would let Josh Rosen come in just because his experience, and plus to let Trey just learn, and
As long as
just
it's not
pick.
week 2 or 3, you know what's going to end up happening, though, if that does happen? End up happening is if Jimmy went down, say, in the second quarter or something like that, it would be Rosen or Sudfeld, but they would get Lance ready for the next week and give him some of those rehearsed plays and things like that. I don't know how long he can go with rehearsed plays. Maybe Jimmy won 5 games in 2017, so
Right, but I think what Jimmy's gonna do, he's gonna end up learning how to, because the problem with Jimmy, why he get hurt, is because he didn't never let the play. If he knew it was gonna be dead, he'd still try to make a play, fumble the ball, or get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta get down because sometimes the defense gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just gotta get down, and live to see another fight. And he doesn't do that. He try to make plays out of nothing, and he end up turning the ball over or get hurt.
He only got hurt in Kansas City. That second time, Quentin Williams came in crashing through the line. Play is over, and Williams come through slamming into him. Jimmy's learning from those things, I'm hoping. So, Jay, we're going to run out of time, though. Let me see you on Sunday, fam.
I appreciate what you do, Ronbo. You have a good night,
Jay.
brother.
Appreciate you too, fam. Night. And Steven.
Ronbo, how you doing? Happy Friday, man.
Every Friday's a happy Friday when you think about it. I've never had a Friday I didn't enjoy.
Every Friday's a good Friday ever since the draft. Everything's looking good.
This goes all the way back to elementary school with me. I always got overly excited about the weekend, mainly because of Saturday morning cartoons as a child. And then after that, it was just pure laziness.
Right?
I didn't want to continue to do whatever I was doing during the week. Steven, I'm exposing myself. It's a cold breaker. Hey, Steven, you've seen the situation in the media because they're going to go on and on. They're going to keep picking at us. We are, next to Aaron Rodgers having his hissy fits, it's us. Nobody's talking about anybody else in the NFL. Did you notice that? I mean,
no, I know why though. You know why? It's because we're a top tier team that was able to get a 3rd pick in the draft that got a QB, and we're destined for greatness. We are destined to go straight to the Super Bowl this season. And we're the talk of the town because what other NFL team out there has that situation besides us? Nobody.
That's
true. Exactly. like Jim Harbaugh said, who's got it better than us? And nobody. And that.
I mean, but the thing is,
that's how it's
Belichick,
been, and that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about Belichick. They've got in Chicago. They just picked up a potential star. I mean, I don't guess. You know what though? Nobody has any controversy going like we do either between other than the Packers, which we're sharing the light with. It's a two-way screen, but that's fine. You know.
So I heard 3 topics about today. One, Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
Todd McShay, who I think is a complete, and I think he's a moron, because there's no way I can ever see Trey Lance starting before Jimmy G the next season. I just can't. Maybe his second season, his sophomore season, I could see that because, maybe Jimmy's getting phased out. We're probably going to let him go around that time. Maybe not. He might be trade collateral.
He's definitely trade bait next year. If anybody gives him an offer, they're going to go.
I don't see Trey Lance starting anytime soon. Just the way Jed York said it, I don't see him starting anytime soon, and I'm fine if he wants to stay on the bench for 2 years. Learn the playbook, really get it down. Because the last thing we need is a rushed QB jumping into the fire the way, especially in Kyle Shanahan's playbook. Him jumping in the fire at an NFL level play, he will get murdered out there easily. Man. They'll eat him alive.
There's no time to think. Yeah, you got to read and react now, and we've seen that enough.
And the best part about it is that he's training with this dude out in Santa Clara. Trey Lance is training with Richie James, River Craycraft, and Brandon Ayuk.
I heard about Ayuk the other day.
He's training with some of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Trey Lance has got it made out there. He's doing great. He's having a good time out there, man. So, in the next season, I see him coming out and doing something. I don't see him doing anything in 2021. I just see him doing something in 2022. But on to another topic about Richard Sherman, I'm not going to want him back unless he plays safety. Yeah. Unless he plays safety, that's the only time I'll ever accept him because he is too damn old. Yeah. And here's the sad part about it. Michael Vick is still faster than Richard Sherman. If we were to,
I know Vick did it 40 the other day,
and Michael Vick is older.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's older. And, and Richard Sherman's day and age and how slow he is, he'll get burnt out by any wide receiver, any running back, any tight end, any running QB. Hell, I'd even put him, I'd say he's even slower than any O-line.
I thought you'd get ready to say Tom Brady. Or
man, Ronbo, I wouldn't doubt it. If Alex Smith went for a run, I'm pretty sure Richard Sherman wouldn't catch it. No disregard to his skill. The man's got a brain, but you got to have speed to go with that brain. And if you don't, what are you? You're just better off as a coach.
And I think what kills me about Sherman is if he does play somewhere this year, he will probably still be ranked amongst the best corners in the league. He wasn't fast in 2019, actually. So, I guess he's a very scary individual.
I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says about Sherman. If he cannot come up to Deion Sanders' record and play like Deion Sanders, he is not the best corner in the league.
No, and he never has been compared to Sanders. And Sanders asked him about that.
Prime time has
Super Bowl.
Always been.
Yeah. Because Deion would dare you to throw it. And Sherm did too, but Deion's a little different.
Goat you. Yeah. Deion would taunt you to your face before the play even started. And he would shut you up the entire game. God, so unless Sherman can pull that magic out of his ass.
Oh, man.
But besides that, Ronbo, I'm fine with Jimmy G starting the whole season. I'm fine with Jimmy G playing the whole season, even postseason, if we get out there. We've got it good. We have it real good. There's nothing wrong with him playing because he knows our playbook like the back of his hand. The man knows where to throw. It's just like the last caller said, he just needs to learn to let go.
Yeah.
He tries to make plays out of nothing, and that's what kills us.
And
that's why he got those, 3 interceptions in the Super Bowl?
What?
Granted, we picked off Mahomes 3 times too.
In the Super Bowl? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because in the fourth quarter, everything fell apart, which was really bizarre.
Yeah.
This year with Alex Mack, that makes a lot of difference. If Matt can stay on the field all year, even if Weston Richburg could have stayed on the field the whole year in 2019, I still think we win that Super Bowl. There's some things that went wrong there that could have been helped.
If we keep everybody on that offensive line, because we're going to have Trent Williams for a cool minute, but all the new guys we have, we train all of our rookies to that level of expertise. Yeah. But we'll be seeing Super Bowl about 3 or 4 times, maybe. I'm just, I'm overblowing it, but I mean, honestly, you really think about it, our offensive line is stacked.
Now it's tough.
We've got nothing but big bodies out there.
And they know what they're doing. And it takes a while in Kyle Shanahan for them too. Steven, good stuff, man. I'm telling you right now. Hey, let's see you Sunday, okay?
All right, I'll see you Sunday, Ronbo. You take care, all right? Happy Friday.
Too, Steven. Have a great weekend. Hey, and Rick, come on in. Rick.
What's good, man?
Rick, we're
What's good, man?
It's this weekend. Everything's great. Couldn't be any better. Smell that Saturday morning bacon cooking. I don't eat it because it's too fatty, but I like the way it smells. Everybody else does. Hey, and Rick, the thing is, we're looking at Sherm. I have actually been talked out of Sherm tonight. See, I thought.
No.
I mean, I've been talked out of him as far as starting. If we want to come back as a safety, they're probably right. I don't know if I want. We're playing a new kind of defense in that secondary. We're playing man coverage now. Maybe that's not a good idea for Sherm. He could play back in the secondary. I mean, he could play safety. He'd be good because he can ball hawk like nobody else in the world. But yeah, and he tackles good. And you got Jimmy, of course, that everybody. Todd McShay has said, "Look, man, I say right now that Trey plays more snaps this year than Jimmy. Todd, Jimmy does not. It's not under contract to get hurt. But Rick, jump on in there, man. Go ahead.
I think I've been listening to the callers and everybody's kind of talking to absolutes like, okay, like if you got to listen to what our coach said. Our coach said, look, it's all dependent on Trey Lance. He said, I'm not afraid to sit him, and I'm not afraid to start him. And so it's basically, if he's as smart as he is, and like you said before, I think one of the things that people forget about or overlook with Trey Lance is the fact that he was under center. He wasn't a shotgun quarterback. And so he called a lot of his own protections, knew the offense back and forth and everything else. So everything's going to be, and if you look at it, it's basically whether it's Jimmy G or Trey Lance, the offense is being set up because right now Jimmy, Kyle pretty much likes to run the ball. And he like run the ball, play action. And right now with Kyle's offense and with Jimmy G, he's been doing more, little slants, whatever. But if Trey Lance can come in and add the extra element of actually completing longer deep balls, whatever, which you understand like a 7-yard drop or whatever the case may be, then they're going to go with that option, kind of like a long time ago when we went with Kaepernick over Alex, even though it was a different situation, meaning Alex was hurt. But the thing with Jimmy G this year, he has to show, because at the beginning of the year, defense is going to be like, this is our book on Jimmy G. We're going to put 8 in the box. We're going to crowd the line of scrimmage, take away your run game, and force you to beat us in the air. So Jimmy G's going to have to, if he does start, he's going to have to show and prove to Kyle, prove to everybody, hey, I'm capable with the better offensive line, Alex Mack and the new guy, the new starting right guard, whatever, and McGlinchey and all the offensive line to show, hey, as long as you give me a little bit of protection, I can make all the throws and I can cause the defense to back up, because right now that's our only Achilles heel right now. Right now, defenses don't respect Jimmy G's deep ball ability, so they kind of cheat up close to the line. So therefore, and they take away anything they don't. They're not even worried about going with a deep pass, because they just think Jimmy G's going to do a quick hot route, a little quick slant, or something like that. And so it's going to be on Jimmy to show, hey, I can complete the deep balls, and so it'll cause the defense to back up, which in turn opens up our running game, and now you have play action and everything else. So it's a twofold thing.
Rick, one question though: do we have the receiver that's going to challenge the secondary deep? This is something that
we have right now. Honestly, we have with Ayuk, and the thing about it, you have to understand.
He might be.
He's faster He's faster, and he really can be. And we got Richie James.
Kyle doesn't like Richie.
Remove him
I have
from
been talking about how good Richie could get open downfield for 2 years. Kyle never puts him in the game.
Exactly. But hopefully this year we're going to take one of these guys and remove him from the punt return, kick return game. But the thing about it is, at the end of the day, if we all Niner fans and we all trust Kyle's critique, just listen to what Kyle said. Kyle has not said, he hasn't closed the book either way. He said, look, I'm going to leave it open. He basically said, go back and listen. I'm not afraid to start him. I'm not afraid to sit him. It's all going to be on
him.
Trey Lance and Jimmy G. And he said, they're going to know it. I'm going to know it. The team's going to know it. And so, if anything, we as Niner fans, we need to see. I'm excited about, actually training camp. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to have some days where Jimmy G looks good, some days Trey looks good, whatever the case may be. But just know at the end of the day, whoever Kyle chooses, that's what we want to roll with, and we hope that they can last the whole 17 games, whatever the case may be. But I'm not going to speak in absolute saying, hey, Jimmy G's going to start, Trey Lance going to start, because at the end of the day, Kyle himself has not declared that. He said, now he has said he thinks it'll be hard for a rookie to unseat Jimmy, but at the same time, he also said, look, I'm not afraid. If Trey Lance is the guy and he's able to win out, I'm not afraid to start him. And yes, I heard everybody saying you need to wet.
And that's become standard procedure with Kyle when answering these kind of questions. He answers everything in that same way. Gets him into trouble because then people don't know what he's doing or what he's thinking really. And then that's why the media goes wild with all kind of weird things. So Kyle's never going to answer a question yes or no. He will say, well, no, I'm not going to do that, and this is possible, and that doesn't mean anything. I'm not going to do this, and I might do that. I'm not ruling that out. That's Kyle. Anyway, Rick, we're going to run out of time.
I like that.
And he's always going to do that.
Hey, Niner Faithful, Niner Empire, man. Hey, you back on Sunday?
Yeah, I'll be back Sunday.
Hey, man, I'm what's that one guy that does the video calls that says, hey, it's Niner all day? I like that dude.
Oh, Norm? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Niner. Yeah. Hey, you know what day it is? Niners all day.
Norm,
hey, man,
he made me have a minute, too. All right, fam. Good to hear from you, Rick. Looking for you Sunday. All right. Bye. Hey, Marion. Guys, see, you stop making me say, you can regret it. Oh, here she is. There she is, the lady of TNT herself. By the way, let me lay this out there right now. Listen, I'll warn you now, and I always wait till Denise gets here. I'll warn you now. Any low-life guy that disrespects women, I like to make it pleasant for ladies to come into the chat and as far call in. If I see any derogatory, unnecessary, untrained Neanderthal man making stupid statements about the girls, I will say goodbye. Do I make myself clear? You don't get a warning. As I'm saying it before Denise comes in. Denise, you can come in now. I feel like I had to clear the room out.
Thanks. Thanks, Ronbo. I honestly, Ronbo, I do not know why I'm so hated. Like, I don't know what I did, what I said. I'm like...
Denise, some dudes just have issues. You know what I'm saying? They just do. Any guy... I mean, we got plenty of guys, and if you want to go back and forth, if I want to argue with somebody, I'm going to go find a dude. Because I feel like, we can do this. If I've had respect for women ever since I was a child, I can't go at women like that. But I see other dudes that can. I can't believe it. No respect whatsoever.
Ronbo, in all honesty, I'm like, I don't deserve it. Like, that's what cracks me up. I'm like, what have I ever done or said to anyone to warrant the hate I receive? Like, I just talk in the chat and I get hate. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, whatever. I just won't talk. I'm like, okay.
Guys, when you see it, let me know. But I want the dude. I want to get him out. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk some football, Denise. You know what? You know the subject matter tonight anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, the last caller, Rick, I actually agree with him 100%. I think it's all on Jimmy G and Trey Lance.
That's honestly what I was going to say. I believe that that's 100% correct. I think if Jimmy G comes in and balls out, I think he'll play. I think if he messes up or, isn't playing up to Kyle's standards, he's going to get benched.
And well, he should.
That's what I see. I see, because Kyle literally did come out and say that. He said, look, if, I'm going to know, the team's going to know, like, we're going to be able to see it. And I do believe that Trey needs to learn. Like, people need to remember, he played one game last year. One. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think he's highly talented, and I think he's gonna, I feel bad for all the Rudies and all the Seahawk fans that, hate the Niners. I'm like, good luck. Good luck. Because I said, this is your year, because let me be the one to tell you, once he gets his hands on Trey Lance and, brings him up to snuff, I'm like, and I need to clarify something. Last time I called in, people were all dogging on me because I said Trey Lance reminded me of Taysom Hill. I did not mean Taysom Hill's play. I meant his size.
Yeah.
If you look up Trey Lance and Taysom Hill, Trey Lance is like a couple inches taller than him, but they're the exact, almost like
same girth.
Maybe 2 pounds off.
Well.
Yeah, that's all I meant was, I'm not a Taysom Hill fan. I just said they're equal, like they're about the same size player-wise.
No, and you had I thought about that. I said, you could get him more playing time if he plays somewhat of a Taysom Hill role. He doesn't have to be Taysom Hill. He comes into the game, he can still be Trey Lance. It's just you refer to Taysom because that's what you've seen the Saints do. They bring him in for certain plays and like that. So there's no reason to take that the wrong way. So I understand your point.
And me personally, I think the reason Kyle really likes him, because Kyle was really high on Josh Allen. And I think Trey Lance play style reminds me a lot of Josh Allen and Russell Wilson. That's who I see, play-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
true. Yeah, and
you did say that about Josh Allen.
Yeah, so, I mean, hopefully, I hopefully, again, someone, I think Pablo, or I'm not sure of his name, he said about the yoga. I'm all down for that, buddy. Let's the whole team needs to do yoga, stretches, everything to avoid injury.
And make sure you take care of your body at all times. A lot of these guys don't know how to take care of to take care of your body as a professional is really a science. You got to know what you're doing out there. Don't miss that stuff. They're talking about that.
What kills me, Ronbo, is what the hell? George Kittle. George Kittle works out all off season. He works out all off season, and then he gets hurt. Come the regular season. I'm like.
And Denise's sister, did you see that year? Oh, I just realized something. Year before last, was it? Remember his sister was helping him out? His sister's a yoga expert as well. She was helping him out. And George was doing yoga. He lasted pretty much the entire season. He had a few ouchies, I think. But George, it's the way he plays, Denise. George is like the guy. George is going to get it done. He doesn't care about his body during any given play, which is why he is who he is and why he gets things done. But his body can't always accept the fact that he doesn't care. And that's why you get George stretched out every now and then. And if he had it his way, George is like, he'd come out there with broken bones and everything else. He'd still be playing. They have to make him sit down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, God help us. Everybody say your prayers. Like, no injuries this year, please. No injuries. We had enough last year to last us 2 years.
We had our Super Bowl year. We were injured. We had way more than our share of injuries. I don't know what we're doing different than everybody else.
That's what I don't understand. Like, I'm like, okay, is our training staff bad? Like what's going on?
We hired
and Richard Sherman,
group. Give me a little bit about Sherman.
Richard Sherman, I honestly, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. Like, if he comes back, he needs to come back for a vet minimum. but I agree with everybody else. He's definitely lost a step. And I think the ones we like, if everybody can stay healthy, I think we need to play the players we drafted and everything. But that's just my opinion.
No, it's a legit one because I think about this year as the 49ers are going for it. There's no doubt about it. You got all those guys on a one-year contract. So you could have let those guys go. So this is the year when it's going to be pedal to the metal, go for it. So that's why Richard Sherman might work. I don't know. Some of the points that have been made here make it clear to me that no, maybe not. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, like, I agree with you. Richard Sherman is really cerebral, and I think he would be a good mentor. But the thing of it is you don't want to put him on the field with a bunch of speed demon receivers and have him get burnt.
And that's what happened.
That's the worry.
It happened in the playoffs against the Pack, and of course, then there was a one game against the Super Bowl. So, got to be careful with that. Those are critical times when you expect a guy like Sherm to make sure that doesn't happen, and it did. So we'll see. Anyway, Denise, good stuff, and see you Sunday, okay?
All right. Thank you, Ronbo, and shout out to TNT. Shout out to you. Shout out to production. Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone has a blessed night.
Hey, thanks, Denise. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. And by the way, Chad, you can still bring up points and argue with Denise. I'm just saying, don't be disrespectful. That will piss me off, all right? Paul, I resent the narrative our fans are demanding Trey to play like we are starved for success. Comparing us to the Cowboys who haven't made it to the Super Bowl this century, I'm happy to wait for the goods. The goods. Lamar Odom's name in the NBA was his nickname was the goods. And you know why? Because he had it all. Although he never reached his full potential because Lamar used to toot up too much. But the thing is, could Trey take that name since he does it all? The goods? I kind of like that for Trey. Hey, Marion! Marion Ellis! Ellis gets tied up with the kids sometimes. The kids probably got him down in the hammerlock. Hey, Renzo!
What's the dealio from North Florida?
Renzo, I can see the equipment is up and running.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Renzo, I can see the equipment is up and running again today.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yes?
You just called my homeboy Marion. He probably asleep, man.
Oh, you know Marion?
Yeah, we went to school together.
Okay. You guys are out in the same area then out on the east. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Renzo, it's all about today we're looking at Todd McShay came in and told everybody that Trey Lance indeed will get more snaps this year than Jimmy G. And he named a few reasons why. He started off with everybody's favorite. He's going to get hurt. I guarantee he's going to get hurt. And Trey's going to take over from there. And that's it. This guaranteeing that people are going to get hurt is annoying. So I'm going to ignore that. But he could go past that, I noticed. He just stayed right there with that and kept saying why. I said, hey, Todd, that's all you got to offer is Jimmy's going to get hurt? I mean, come on, man. That's not enough. So, And also, Richard Sherman. Hey, what do you feel? Richard Sherman seems like he's going back and forth between maybe two or three teams. The Hawks are one of them. We're one. I don't know. There may be a third team involved. But Sherman's not talked about them very much. Does Sherm coming back and putting on his uniform and getting his old locker in San Francisco, does that bother you? Or is that something you don't mind?
That bothers me. I like Sherm.
Yeah.
I like Sherm and his knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
But it got to transpire on the field, man, because these guys are getting bigger and faster, man. You know what that situation reminds me of, Ronbo? It reminds me of Byron Leftwich. Even though he couldn't do it on the field, but his knowledge of the game is spectacular.
Also, what's his
knowledge
name?
of the game is great.
What's his name? The guy that's always, they always say he's always out on an island to play for the Jets and also the Patriots.
You talking about Revis?
Yeah. Boy, Revis started getting abused those last couple of years for Revis probably said, I'm done. I should have left before now.
Father Time gonna catch up with you.
He never
you
loses.
Can't stop that. Yeah, and,
God.
and you know, I've been listening to people saying, you know, how like, you know, when Sherman wasn't on the field, how the team was able to go man coverage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then when he come back on the field, you know,
Go back in the
you
zone.
can't do the things because you got to think that safety behind him now. You got to try to watch the field and you got to try to help Sherman out.
Help
too.
Sherm. Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to work. And we looked good in the secondary last year. The second half of the season, we was cooking with oil. And then someone we was using the same guys going up to making sacks, blitzing. I was like, oh my, Sherm can't quarterback blitz.
We appreciate everything Sherman did, but it's time to move on. You know, like
I guess so.
And with Jimmy, hey, I'm going out on a limb. I don't think Jimmy get hurt this year.
I know, right? Maybe it's an every other year thing with Jimmy. He got hurt his first year. No, he played his first year. Second year, he got hurt. Third year, Super Bowl. Fourth year, into the toilet. You know, this is.
But reason why I'm saying Jimmy doesn't get hurt this year because we don't just have a backup quarterback. They said we are drafting a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So this guy's going to push Jimmy.
Yeah.
So Jimmy know, hey, if I get hurt, hey, it's over with. I might as well go ahead and look for another team.
And you're
so
right.
This is going to really
on draft
push
night, it already got him pumped. Jimmy is probably like every one of his spidey senses is tingling.
He's on life support right now.
Yeah.
He's on the last limb. So
yeah.
I hope Jimmy come and ball out too. You know.
Because the way Jimmy goes,
like
the 49ers are going to go this year. The 49ers can win everything. If Jimmy's on his game, he's got Alex Mack out there playing center for him. He's got a great offensive line. If he's on his game like he was in 2017, the 49ers are unstoppable.
And two, with center Alex Mack and all those guys, that takes the pressure off of Jimmy because some people say, hey, Jimmy can't call out protection. Well, now we got a center who knows how to call out protection. So that'll help Jimmy out. That'll help him out.
And Alex is one of the best in the game because he knows Shanahan's offense. So,
Yeah. So, you know, hey, but if Trey, you know what I'm saying, he's balling out in practice and he take it, then he take it, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We're going to ride with it.
If he can beat out Jimmy, beat him out then. I can't imagine that because the fact is there's so much to learn. But if he can, more power to him. Yeah. Bring him on.
Oh, yeah. I'm super excited, Ronbo, man. Hey, next week is the birthday week, so I'm getting excited, man. I'm getting excited.
You said next week's your birthday week?
Yes, next Friday. Next Friday. Hopefully I'll be on. I'll
be looking for you because it ruins the novelty to do it too far in advance. Next Friday, get in and be looking for you.
All right, man. Y'all be safe, man. I'm going right to work, man.
All right, and you turn the machinery off because I didn't hear that while you was talking. I just realized.
I'm outside.
All right, Renzo. I'll see you Sunday if you get a chance.
All right.
All right, man. Have a good night. And we go back and we check on the man called Ellis.
Ronbo.
There he is. Ellis. I figured you and you were tied up. Yeah. So is it cool now?
Man, you know what? It's been one of them days, but you know, let's do it.
Ellis, been there, done that. I know exactly what you're talking about. But Ellis,
man,
Ellis is having a day.
No, I'm literally waiting for AAA to come get me. My car cut off on me in the middle of my little traveling.
Oh, I
so
hate that.
I'm just waiting for AAA. But you know, it'd be like that. You know what I'm saying? There's been a few little other things going on. And so that's why it's been taking so long for me to get on the phone. So my apologies, Brother Ronbo. You know life. You know how life
No, it's okay. And this is a good outlet.
You know how I try to get us.
You can go ahead and let some pump off some steam right now because it's more comforting to talk about football than it is wait for the AAA agent. You know what I mean? so hey.
Right.
And you know,
there you go.
We're talking about Sherm. There's, you know, if they took a ballot around the Niner Empire, I wonder if Sherm would be on this team. I have actually been toned down in my thinking as well. I'm not sure. We did look awfully good last year, and Sherm went in the lineup toward the end of the season, and he came back for a few games. We was kicking ass there for a minute. Secondary was getting a lot of work done. They were shutting quarterbacks down, so quarterbacks couldn't have lanes to throw into, and front line was getting to them. And then there's the Jimmy G situation. They're gonna picket this until opening day. All right, Todd McShay. Well, I tell you what, I look for Trey Lance to get more snaps this year than Jimmy G. I said, and he went right to the Jimmy's going to get injured card. Everybody who hates Jimmy, he's going to get injured. Man, you can't make that prediction. Who are you? Ain't the Lord Jesus? Shut up. I really hate it when people insist that Jimmy's going to get hurt. So, but is Todd McShay, is he on anything? Uh-oh, AAA arrived.
Well, yeah. No, Ronbo, we don't have any other. You don't have any other callers? Am I the last Mohican?
No. We'll come back to you. You got to handle that.
I heard what you were saying. I heard you tell me
so when you come back in,
and Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Just give me like just 10 more minutes, maybe 15.
All right.
AAA's here right now.
All right. Well, I'll go through 2 or 3 people and come back. No problem.
Thank you, family. I appreciate you.
Right.
I appreciate you. Yes, sir.
And let's go check out Tom.
What's happening?
Tom. Oh no, it's Tommy Huxley and Anna Maria. Tommy.
What's happening?
Hey, Tommy, remember looking over this situation, Tom McJay gets, you can go through the dailies every day and find somebody that the media, that's what they do, Tommy. They are excellent. I mean, the guys do their job really well. If you hire these guys because you want them to get attention, boy, they got some of the best in the world in the NFL. NBA writers aren't as good as the NFL writers, So I'm always laughing because I see you guys. It's like if I was at a restaurant and I saw, ain't that Todd McShay? Wait a minute. Wait my mouth. I go over there. Todd, is that you? Yeah, hi, you a fan? No, man, give me your neck. Start choking him down to the floor, Hey, sir, what are you doing? It's Todd McShay or Stephen A. Smith. Same A. You know what? Stephen A., though.
Oh, God.
He burns me up, but he makes me laugh every now and then, too. So I have to.
Yeah, he is funny.
Especially when he's talking about the Cowboys.
Remember that argument he had? With T.O.? T.O.'s like, oh.
And T.O. politely talked back to him. And people always thought,
Honey, Richard.
Rambo, hi, Rambo.
Hello, Anna Maria.
We're trying to talk football here again.
Hi.
She followed you on Instagram, by the way.
Following you on Insta. You want to follow me back?
I don't know. Are you going by the name Anna Maria? Because if you are, I'll definitely follow you back.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's, I think it's
Ana Maria Escobar, and I'm not related to the cartel.
she really
no relation, Rambo.
Tommy, she really needs a
no
TV show. You guys need to definitely. That's kind of the wit that you got to get. One of those reality TV shows. You guys would run the Kardashians and everybody else right off this set.
Will you make a call for? Will you make a call for a Rambo? Will you make a little telly? I'm on the telly, so we can get our own show. We'll do a shout out.
We'll do a shout out to Ronbo.
Yeah, dude. She's making me weak. I can't stop laughing. Hey, but anyway.
Rambo, did you have a good week, love?
I've had a wonderful week. It's just it spiraled right into this Friday night. I can't wait for the weekend to get started. Yes. How about you?
Are you doing anything exciting?
Tomorrow,
are you going swimming or such?
Well, you know my definition, Anna Maria. Black people, we don't swim.
Are you afraid of the water? Well, you want me to teach you?
Oh my God!
I promise, I'm a great teacher.
You do like to swim a lot, do you?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, we haven't been swimming since the pandemic.
I fancy myself a fish. I think I'm a dolphin.
Okay, mermaid. We're going to go talk to football now.
All right. Bye, Rambo. I love you.
Good night, Anna Maria. I got to follow her. Should I throw a flag on Anna Maria? She just came in and had too much fun. And Tommy, we're going to give you a few extra minutes or a few seconds. Tommy, hey, so address those situations. Your perspective on that.
What, the writers? That they're a bunch of, they create narratives that's a bunch of bullshit?
Just to get people
Oh,
going.
my God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you were getting ready to say something about
Good
Stephen A.
God.
Smith. You know what? I think that's why him and Skip Bayless couldn't carry on any longer. Skip probably says, you know what? I've heard enough about the Cowboys, and I think you do that on purpose. I think it's our time to split.
Yeah. Well, Skip Bayless is funny, man.
I know.
At least he admits his Cowboys are terrible. I
I
mean,
know. Him and Shannon. So, you know.
and he was saying, like, everybody's crowning Mahomes before he won a Super Bowl. But it actually turned out that he did win.
Yeah.
But
last year was really.
But
was bad.
But what about
anyway.
Sherman? What are they going to do with Sherman?
I don't think Sherm is. I don't think the 49ers. If I had to bet, I don't think the 49ers are going to sign him because Sherm's going to want more than he's actually worth. That's what he does. He shoots high and he collects the low, but maybe the high is so high the 49ers say, well, Richie could probably be better served by going into another team and see if they can actually pay that tab. We're not going to be able to handle it this year. And Sherm knows that. He even knew that before he left us. So.
And he limits the defense. Obviously, everybody knows that we're pushing more to man coverage, and he's just zone. He's a zone corner. He's great at it. I want to have him as a coach, but he's not ready to coach yet. He still wants to play.
Yeah, no, he'd consider. Yeah, he doesn't mind being called Uncle Sherm, but he doesn't want to actually be Uncle Sherm. So.
But if he goes to the Seahawks, him and Spoon, we're going to have a field day working, like attacking him all day, both of them.
Yeah, I know, right? And he kind of got exposed in the playoffs in 2019, and they started Sammy Watkins, that little play he was running, that would have never worked 3 years ago. So
yeah. But I want to sign him for depth, but he wants to start, but I don't really want him starting. I think he's a backup now.
But and he's not going for that. You're right. Sherman doesn't want to be a backup.
I don't know. We need the leadership, but who's going to be the leader on defense now? Warner? He's kind of young, but he...
Well, let's see. Who do we have on defenses up there and had put in enough time? Fred is the guy. Yeah, Fred is the guy.
Yeah, he's 30, huh?
Yeah, Jimmy Ward's not that type. Neither is Kwasi.
No.
Verrett, he doesn't seem that kind of personality either. That's a good question, Tommy. I wonder about that.
I don't know. I don't know, but he's going to limit our defense, and because I don't know how I'm not sure how Bosa is going to come back, if they're going to have him on a snap count or.
Oh yeah.
And how can we recreate the 2019 defensive line? That was kind of like a lightning in a bottle situation.
You know what? We're going to go now, Tommy. But you know what? Bosa could become the J. Watt of the 49ers. He needs a little more time. Maybe by next year, Bosa picks and chooses where he wants to play on the line. He's out there directing the defense. He's got that. He can do that. We'll see. All right. All right, Tommy.
All right.
Give my best to Anna Maria, and I'll see you guys
Will
Sunday.
do.
All right. Night, Tommy.
I will see you then. Niners all day. Later, fam.
Later. And a 925 area code. Who is this? 925 area code.
Ronbo.
Hey, who is this?
This is the Kenny Powers calling in. How's it going, Ronbo?
I love it, Kenny. I love your delivery.
Before I start, I want to give a shout out to TNT and the whole Niner Empire. I want to give a shout out to Ronbo and production.
Thank you.
I love what you do.
Thanks.
I don't know, Ronbo. I don't know. I'm hearing everybody, hearing a lot of stories. I'm hearing Todd McShay. I'm hearing RG3 coming out of left field saying he wants to train Trey Lance. I don't get that at all, but
before
that's another story.
I was getting ready to ask you, RG3, is that something that we would want?
I don't know why we would want RG3 on the Niners squad.
No, I just
he
can't
hasn't really
that.
done anything to warrant
and I don't want that
position
attitude.
with us.
He's the guy who used to actually throw people under the bus on his own team for any shortcomings or mistakes he made. Yeah, well, you know what? Whoa, don't.
Yeah, he's made a lot of mistakes.
Don't teach Trey that.
He's made plenty of mistakes. But I don't know, Ronbo. I don't think Trey Lance is going to start week 1. I think we're going to have Jimmy G starting out. I think he's going to ball out. But I'd like to see Trey Lance sit for like a year at least. Maybe get him in little teeny tiny plays, maybe week 9, week 10, you know. Give him a chance to learn the playbook and not go out there week 1 and get thrown into the wolves and get beat up. We don't need that.
Man, baptism and fire is not always a good thing. So, yeah, I agree with that too. And there's no hurry. There's no need. Like Jed York says, there's no need to unnecessarily put him under that kind of a stress and put that kind of load on his shoulders. Bring him along.
Especially being third overall, you don't want to throw him in too quick. I mean, he's only thrown, I heard, under like 400 passes at North Dakota State. So.
Which I don't want to start any riff on that, but I'm a little worried about that. That's not. He's talented. He's very smart, but that's not enough football. Usually, guys come in after 2 solid years of football.
He has a high ceiling, and I don't want to see it go to waste week 1 or week 2. You know,
Kyle knows that too.
Have some linebacker, you know, come on his left side and just blow him up. And he's out for 6 weeks. We still got Mike McGlinchey still blocking. I don't know why we got that guy. That guy, we picked up his contract. I was like, what? Why did we do that? He can't even pass block. I mean,
Mike better be having some food to eat this year. Stop clowning around with the diet, Mike. Put that weight back on, man.
I'm hoping Aaron Banks is going to be a beast. That's what I'm banking on.
That's right. I keep forgetting we got Aaron Banks. Guy is tough.
He looks pretty good. He's from Antioch, so you know what I'm saying.
Hey, is Aaron Banks also from Antioch? Is he a California dude? What? Did he play with Najee? No, Najee.
I'm not sure. I heard he went to Antioch High. So.
Wow. How many guys? Because I lived in Antioch for a year and a half.
Pretty smart to come from Antioch to go to Notre Dame.
I know, right? Or Notre Dame drafted him out of Antioch. They didn't care. You know, it's Antioch. Let's get him.
Maybe. Yeah, they saw something in him. So that's all I'm saying.
They got good coaches out there.
I like our draft picks. I like the way we're sitting right now. I'm going to keep it short and simple. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Denise and TNT. I'm rooting for my Niners all day, every day. But just like, people give Trey Lance a chance and let him grow into his own being, you know what I'm saying? Don't throw him in too quick. Yeah. Oh, it's going to come. He is the future. I know that much. Jimmy G's. We got him for 2 years, and that's it. So.
Jimmy,
I don't even know how Jimmy G's going to look this season, but I'm hoping Jimmy G's going to ball out. But
and then you get those draft picks, because if the 49ers are going to do the model now is you keep a rookie quarterback and let him lessen the load on the salary cap, and then you build around him, and that's the way to go. Unless it's Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that. So, I tell you though, wouldn't it be funny though if Jimmy did get a little extraordinary or irregular this year, and the 49ers do have to contemplate whether or not they want to let him go?
I think he's going to come into training camp and start showing everybody up. I really do.
Because the bottom line is,
Trey Lance, and I think he's just waiting.
Yeah.
He's just waiting. Like, bring him on. Let's do this. I'm going to show him right now what it's all about being in the NFL.
Because
I'm not worried about Jimmy. I'm just worried about Trey and everybody wanting to throw him in too quick.
Yeah. Well, it's like
like always,
Kyle's not going to
just want to give a shout out to you, Ronbo. Thanks for giving me this platform, and you keep on doing what you're doing, brother.
Thanks, fam. And Kenny, it's Kenny, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Kenny Powers.
Kenny Powers.
The original Kenny Powers.
Yeah. Make no mistake, he is not the Brand B. He is the original.
The original.
Kenny, I love it. Kenny, let's see you Sunday, okay? Be looking for you.
I'll definitely call in, brother. Thanks for having me.
All right. Appreciate you, Kenny.
All right, man.
Good night.
Good night, man.
Who does Kenny remind you of? Doesn't he kind of remind you of Sean, but a little more polite? You know how Sean would be? Sean would come in and say, I'll be watching, man. Sean was always watching. We'd say things about Sean, and he'd come back 3 months later. I heard y'all said what you said about me. Sean, where you at, man? I'm talking about you. I miss you, man. Hey, Marion. Look at you checking, Marion. Hey, Marion. Sean, I'll be watching, bro. What happened to Sean? Waruna. I think Marion went to sleep like Renzo said. Waruna.
Hi, Ronbo.
Hey, Waruna. Waruna, this is stuff that your type of perspective is always going to be fun. As you know, I've already had my mind changed by some of the things being said tonight about Richard Sherman. I'm thinking maybe I'm overzealous on that. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Maybe I'm thinking that Sherm can do some of the things that he used to do a long time ago, and in reality, maybe not. And that's why he hasn't got any offers from anybody, and he's probably asking for too much money. And then, of course, the who's going to play Todd McShay? Is it going to be Trey Lance? Is he going to get more reps this year than Jimmy G? Maruna, please share with us your thoughts.
Okay, first on Richard Sherman, I think he's one of the most smartest individuals in the whole NFL. I mean, right? So, not on the field, off the field as well. But I think as a player, Richard Sherman is not the Pro Bowler level athlete right now. He's a leader, that's for sure. I think he was a big part of 2019 campaign that we went to the Super Bowl. But right now, I think we have to move past him without any disrespect towards Richard Sherman. He's a great human being, a great
He had a long
athlete.
career. Yeah, it's not disrespectful at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's time that we have to say goodbye to Richard Sherman. So that's on the subject. So second thing is about this Trey Lance versus Jimmy G, who should start. Now I do agree with one point that media is just making it
stirring things up.
Yeah. yes, they are trying to make something out of nothing as usual. But still, my question is this: who do you think, in terms of potential ability, is better quarterback? Is it Jimmy or is it Trey Lance?
I can't answer that right now. I need to see Trey Lance other than what I've seen him in his college clips.
Okay.
His coach seemed to have him running all the time. Because he's got a great arm. Maybe it was the receivers or something. Maybe he didn't have. I saw his receivers miss a few times. The ball was. Now I know what people are talking about when they say his accuracy needs a little work, but he probably has huge upside. If for nothing else, that his size and some of the things that he brings to the table. But go ahead, Runa. I can't answer it right now. I gotta wait.
Yeah. Okay. So that's. I mean, if you listen to how Kyle Shanahan spoke about Trey Lance, he did not just talk about Trey Lance's athletic ability. He talked about his mental aspects. He specifically used the word Trey Lance is like a CEO right? So Kyle really loves him. So during the training camp, there are two things. During the training camp, if Trey does better than Jimmy, I don't think Kyle have any hesitation of starting Trey. He will definitely start Trey.
The other thing, could. Probably.
Yeah, other thing is this. These days, I was reading Steve Young's autobiography, My Life Behind the Spiral. It's a pretty interesting book. So then I just realized, I was just trying to connect it, that Steve Young versus Joe Montana situation, to this one. So then I realized, forget about Trey Lance. Even if CJ Beathard was in this team as a fourth stringer or fifth stringer quarterback, he would also need the starting job. So Trey Lance will going to work super hard that he wants his starting job. So if he shows that he is capable of doing that during the training camp, then we are saying, okay, still you are the Rocky. You need to stay behind Jimmy for 1 year. I think that's unfair. So for some reason, I feel like when people say that Jimmy should start, I get the argument that you need to protect the Rocky. But again, that should be only based on the merit. if Trey Lance can beat him in the training camp, he should be given the chance to start no matter what, whether this is a Super Bowl year or not. So that's how I feel.
And you can't say it's impossible. Unlikely, because the fact is Jimmy has too much knowledge on him about what goes on with the offense. But if indeed Trey Lance is as sharp as it sounds he is, it's not entirely impossible. I would feel nervous about it just because I know he hasn't played enough football. He played 1 year and 1 snap last year. He should have he needed more college experience to begin with. So for me to see him actually come in and take Jimmy G out, Jimmy's not that bad. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying anything about Trey not being that good, but I don't see him being capable of taking him out yet. If I'm gonna lean in any way, I could see he could take him out possibly early as next year, maybe 9-10 weeks of the season he could compete with him. But starting the season off from camp, I don't see that.
I throw you a one counter argument. Kyle said he was looking at Trey Lance from
quickly because we're out of time.
After regular season.
Yeah.
He said he started looking at Trey Lance during first week of January. So he was obsessed with guy right after the regular season ended.
Yeah.
So we have another 3 to 4 months before the regular season starts. So
and it's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Yes.
Right.
So I don't. Right.
We got to go though, Rudo.
So,
we're gonna
okay, Ronbo.
Hey, we continue on Sunday though. It's always a fun argument. Right.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
No problem. You too. Have a good night. Are we going back to Ellis already? Is he? You think he's ready? Ellis. He must. Ellis is riding next to the guy in the AAA truck.
What's up, family?
Ellis, Ellis, where are you?
Man, I'm on the freeway. I ain't riding with no damn AAA though. I got my people who can't come pick me up.
Oh, cool.
We gotta have alternatives.
Because I've rode with in that AAA truck before. That is so painful. Because I'm sitting there already mad about the car, and he's trying to make small talk and it's not working because you're not in the mood. But Ellis,
right.
Yeah, but Ellis, you know the subject matter. Jump on in there,
man. The Richard Sherman thing, mentorship is cool, and I just don't want Sherman to be trying to come get some free rides just because we got Trey. I know he's excited, and I know he wants to get a piece. And hence we do go all the way. Let's hypothetically say we run it all the way and get this Lombardi. Then he would have done it for, of course, that reason. Of course, nobody wants to go to a team that's not going to win, and but I just don't want Sherman to be trying to come after he's been sitting on the kind of like the Trent Williams thing. If these guys want to play and maybe want to be a Niner, I don't want to. You want to go test the waters. You want to do this and do that. We don't really need you like that. We could use some mentorship, here and there, but it's not a necessity. You don't have to have it. But we'll take it, but we'll take it with a reasonable cause. And, you know what I mean? We're going to have you probably play safety now, Richard.
I wonder what he'd say about that. That would be the thing. He said he wanted to.
Because you begin, yeah. Well, this is the thing. If we get him and he doesn't, then we're just going to be all talking, what about him? And, why would Kyle do that knowing that he's vulnerable playing man? And if we're going to be playing more man and we got more physical corners and we're probably going to be switching things up a little bit, and, our defense is going to, I think, still even come with it real, aggressive, even though we could take a slight fall, but I don't think it's going to be that far off, man, to be honest. So I'm just saying, we don't need Sherm to be the weakest link still. We don't need to be going through that. No. We don't need to be having these conversations about Sherm getting his boots smoked, in the Super Bowl and all the other times, I just, and it's been a real hate-love relationship with Sherman anyway, just because I'm not into the core. When you're a Seahawk, you kind of, you taint it.
Ellis, you never got over that yet.
I'm still, I'm trying not to, I've been real peaceful. I've been tolerating Richard Sherman. You know what I mean? He's a great player. I'm not taking that away from him.
No,
but again, this runs, it's red gold till I'm, the game. But yeah, as far as the QB situation, Jimmy might come out and play the best damn football he's ever played in his life this year.
Yeah, it's that possibility.
We can benefit from that, and we can benefit from that as a team. Trey Lance can benefit from that and seeing how, Jimmy comes out and he can gain a lot from that. I feel like that could benefit us a great deal. However, if Trey comes and he's ready to go, and they're competing, it's going to be a competition. This is going to turn to a competition no matter what anybody says. Trey's already getting it cracking in the books. He's humble, and he wants to, you know what I mean? He wants to, seize the moment and get the opportunity to learn of these guys and be able to, just be studious. But at the same time, he's coming. And so I don't know.
He's not
Ronbo.
coming in to sit down on purpose.
Yeah, he's not coming. He's not coming to sit around and kick it, but he is going to come and play his position and do it. And it's good for Jimmy because he's not going to be a young, cocky, fiery. Imagine if it was like I don't even want to bring up his name, but like, what is it, Manziel, or who's that guy that's on the Browns right now? Imagine one of the more animated, boisterous, maybe cocky guys,
Baker
that we got on the team. Baker. You know what I mean? Imagine if it was Baker coming in or something. Then Jimmy wouldn't be too happy because Baker would probably be in there, talking,
making comments to the media,
major poo, and he'd be getting it going. So it's good that he has a humble young man. It gives Jimmy, I think, a little bit more of some ease for him to not have to feel like he's got to be callous and mean and towards the young fella, because at the end of the day, that's not going to work into his favor. And I think Jimmy's been handling it fairly classy for the most part, man. And I just hope that he's ready and he's coming back. I'll take him if he's coming back and he's ready to do what the hell he needs to do for us, Ronbo. I'll take it. I'm not going to, I have my issues with Jimmy, but again, I want us to be safe and I want us to be smart. Whichever way that needs to pan out, family, let's do it.
There you go.
Whichever way it is.
And for some magical reason, when Jimmy's on the field, chances of winning are up to 75%. So, hey.
Man, give me the W's, man.
But Ellis, we're going to be out of time. Ellis, hopefully your situation gets better today. You get home, everything gets better. Everything's all right. And we'll see you Sunday.
Hey, God got me, Ronbo.
There you go.
I'm good. I'm good all the time, family. Peace. I appreciate you.
Hey, man.
I appreciate you greatly.
And
I'll see you in a minute, brother.
All right, Ellis.
Be back. Peace and love. Shout out to the chat. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Peace, brother. Much love.
Ellis, you're in a good mood already. All right. See you Sunday. Night, Ellis. Oh God. Me. Hey, we got Bobo here. This is Bobo says, yeah, Kyle already said. Here's the thing, Bobo. Nobody cares what Kyle says. Kyle already said it will be hard to beat Jimmy out. I saw that too. I don't know. A lot of people don't see these things, and they assume otherwise. But thanks for that contribution, Bobo. Hey, Emilio. Emilio, Sherm is still staying in the media. One thing about Sherm, ever since he came in the league, he's always in the news for something. If not barking at reporters and media people, he's making up. He's actually creating his own dramas. And leaving Seattle, that was a big production. He comes to San Francisco, and of course, that's a big production. Ends up, the 49ers end up going to the Super Bowl with him. And now, I'm not counting Seattle out. I'm talking to San Francisco, and Rich, You never keep your business quiet, do you? So, it's Richard Sherman, the 49ers, and Aaron Rodgers taking up all the media spotlight. But Todd McShay says that, yes, he thinks, everybody else says, yeah, Trey will come in, he'll learn, and he'll pick it up, and he'll gain as he goes. Todd says, no, forget about it. Trey Lance will play more snaps this year than Jimmy G. Okay. Because he's going to get hurt. Don't start with he's going to get hurt. And, I mean, Emilio, your feeling on these things?
Well, the whole Jimmy, the whole Trey in the play, it's just a crack. That's just a cracker. How the hell you know? You just understand this. Mac Jones. It wasn't crazy. It's just like bad. People are listening. People are sitting to talk about. And so that's what we get on here. We come in and argue or agree or disagree with each other. That's all that is. I mean, nobody ever really knows what's really going to happen, what's going to go on.
How are you going to make that prediction? I mean, players are going to get hurt, and there's going to be a lot of them. But you don't know who. See? And it ain't going to be just the 49ers.
You can never really estimate when somebody's going to be hurt. I could be right now walking at work and just trip over and fall and mess up my knee. It happens. It's a thing in life. It happens. You get hurt. Car accident. Just get Ellen just now. His car breaks down. Stuff like that always happens. You never know. If people knew the future, we would never have any kind of problems. I would say, shit, if I knew my future, I would change a couple of things before it happened.
Yeah. And do you think Saquon Barkley would come back for a third time to get hurt if he thought he was going to get hurt? I mean, come on, man. People get hurt. It's not.
That's exactly.
Why would I bother to come back that hurt? And I don't feel like going through that rehab again. So if I can predict that, I ain't no point in me going back out there.
Exactly. So, I don't know. And then the Richard Sherman thing, I'm like, I'm for Richard Sherman, but I think it's more we do need a older guy mentor. It would help the younger guys, especially like Demo and newer guys. Easy practice one because you see when Emmanuel Sanders came in and Debo started playing, and all the other guys when he came in, so you actually need that veteran guy.
They make a difference, yeah.
It's still younger, so it would actually help. I'm all for it.
You know what I hope? Maybe we got Sanu. I hope he comes and has some similar effect on the receivers. Ayuk and Debo don't need a lot now. He already got him fired up from last time.
No, well, that's a little different. Not them. They already kind of learned and got it going. It's just you got to look at now it's the defense because our corners are young. So besides the Crosby Tart and I forgot the other guy's name. Those guys are pretty old, but it's just a lot of it.
You said corners
are young.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, corners. But then I'm talking about Jaquaski Tart and
Crosby.
Crosby Tart and the other. I forgot the other guys. They're old enough. They kind of know the game.
Jimmy Ward.
It's just more for the there you go, Jimmy Ward. So, it's for them, They don't really need Sherman, but the younger guys do. They would actually help them. That's one of them.
You do know J-Dub stayed on the field for 2 years in a row now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I don't know how he did it, but he did. And that's my dude. Spoon was becoming the guy that can't stay on the field. You notice that? Yeah. So.
Also, it would be more for depth, just in case somebody got hurt. Sherman, maybe if he doesn't start, come in and, a couple reps to give guys breaks. Either way, back and forth. That way you can kind of think about it. I know Sherman gets hurt, but it would be more of a thing. Let's rotate guys in and out. So Sherman doesn't get hurt and other guys don't get hurt. So you think about it, that would also be a good other way to have Sherman back on the team.
I still can't believe it. Sherman plays hurt all the time. I still can't believe a calf strain. I think Sherman knew we was going to get our butt kicked last year. Sherman, he was out week 1 or 2 until week 12 or something like that, 13. Says, man,
he kind of, you could tell he knew something because you think about it. He balled at the Super Bowl year. The first year before that, he was kind of on and off the field. And the Super Bowl year, he stayed on the field, and all of a sudden, he kind of had a feeling something was going on. He was going to go a little sour with him.
Well,
for a team.
he was
a
right
team.
too, but I mean, still, you're getting paid to play. Come on, man, get your butt out of
Yeah,
here.
man, and just put it like this. Let's say Trey starts. You're gonna have Garoppolo sit on the bench for $25 million. So,
Nah,
it
that's
doesn't
another reason
matter.
why. Yeah, that's another reason why. And I hate to mention it. That's another reason why people should try to get over Trey just running Jimmy off the field unless they can get a trade deal for him after whatever time they bring Trey in. That's $25 million.
If you
Ain't nobody
think
gonna have
about
that sitting on the bench.
the only way, well, there's a few ways why Trey would start, but to get any trade value for Jimmy, it would have to be, let's say, the Raiders. Carr gets hurt and they have nobody to replace him. They'll give something up for Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's just one example. Just out of the blue, just even though we're starting to trade. But to really be like to say, we need people to play for trade value to go up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's
one
what
of
I'm
those
looking forward
scenarios.
to. I'm looking for a banner year. And those freak accidents. And a lot of people think Jimmy goes out there and does weird things. No, Jimmy got hurt his first year. That was his fault. Last year, that was, I don't know what Quentin Williams was doing.
It's kind of in the middle because our line originally wasn't that good that first year Jimmy got hurt. You know,
Yeah, but he was running away. He ran out of protection from the line. He was on his own.
I know he was running away. So I know he was running out there. I mean, he was trying to make something happen, but that was kind of in between situation where the line was kind of protecting him and it wasn't. So that's the reason he had to run. I mean, you really go back and look at the game. So that was an in between thing. Then finally the line started balling out the year before the Super Bowl year. So then that's why he didn't get hurt. He was out there. So.
Because the thing is, I mean, he does not get hurt from getting sacked or anything like that. That situation last year was Quentin Williams. Play's done, Quentin. He comes running in and jamming on Jimmy's leg. I said, what is that? Get in there, no flag, ref. I remember saying that immediately. So, anyway, Mila, we're going to run out of time. I'm going to see you Sunday, all right?
All right.
All right, Phil.
I had a few things to tell you, but I'm trying to remember, but I can't remember this. I forgot.
That's right. You get him back Sunday. We'll be back looking for you. All right, Phil.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Jimmy.
All right, I'll holler. All right, have a good night.
Night, Phil. Hey, and there's Morgan. Morgan!
Hey, Ronbo.
Morgan, tonight, Todd McShay, front and center. As everybody in the program says, yeah, we agree that it's going to be Jimmy, and of course, Trey will sit back and take it all in and eventually become his team. And Todd McShay, no way. This year, Trey Lance will play more downs than Jimmy Garoppolo. And then what does he point out? He's going to get hurt. I said, oh, man, give me a Why do people insist on using that? Can we go to some other page now besides he's going to get hurt? So they're insisting upon a guy getting hurt. There's no way to know that, you know? And then, of course, there's the Richard Sherman thing that we're getting a lot of noise about Sherm here the last couple of days. So I figure that kind of intensity, every time I open up the dailies, there's Sherm, there's something must be of it. Or the media clowning around again.
The media is just the media, right?
Yeah,
if the media was right all the time, we'd have Stafford on the team.
And
we'd have Mac Jones as a rookie, right? Apparently Andy Dalton will be the starting quarterback, and we would have traded Jimmy.
We'd have
according
three
to the media.
Yeah.
At this point, you know who I think we should listen to? I think we should listen to Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers.
So. But people don't want to believe it, Morgan. Kyle and John say things. They're lying.
Oh, he's lying. He's got to be lying, right? There's no way he could be telling the truth. It's a smoke screen. Oh wait, the draft's over. Still a smoke screen.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's clear what they want. They want Jimmy starting at least this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the perfect scenario for them, I think, Jimmy Garoppolo starts this year and Trey's ready by next year. But if Jimmy Garoppolo plays at MVP level this year and we go far in the playoffs, I think he's back on the team next year. I don't think he'll get another contract.
You know, Morgan, that's the thing. That's a good thing, but that could go either way because the 49ers got a real investment. I mean, they got a real trade piece now. If Jimmy goes all the way, and let's say we get to the Super Bowl, I think if we get to the Super Bowl again, I think we win. All those guys needed was experience. They got it now. They know exactly what to do and how to finish. So when you get to the Super Bowl, they win it. And now it would be rough against the fan base. The fan base, whoa, you get rid of what? Whoa, no, Trey can wait. I could see that being a problem too.
Yeah.
Jimmy did become the most
I
popular
don't know
man
if
in
you
San
can get
Francisco.
rid of Jimmy
Yeah,
if he wins the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah,
that would mean the 2 years he started, he's been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How can you get rid of that? So you can't get rid of that easily. Yeah. That would be too hard to get rid of, in my opinion.
The haters would go nuts. I don't care if you want a Super Bowl. We want him out of here now.
Yeah. Exactly. And there's no reason to think Jimmy Garoppolo can't play his best season this year. He's been under the offense for 3 years.
Right.
He's got the best offensive line he's ever had.
Yes.
He's got the best wide receiver core starting the year
he's had since he's been here. Yes.
Yeah. Everything he has is the best he's had.
Look out.
This year. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason he can't have an MVP caliber year.
He's got Alex Mack at center.
And if you're
the stage is set. Yeah.
Yeah. If the only reason you think he can't is because of injury, then that's just crazy. You can't predict an injury. Injuries just happen. Yeah. So I expect big things from Jimmy this year. I hope we get Richard Sherman back because I just think his knowledge of the defense is ridiculous. I think he can turn these guys into superstars. And I still think he's got a lot in the tank. I think he's still a guy who can play at an MVP level. He's not going to get burned every play.
And Morgan, you got me back on the because I like Sherm. People saying so much about him, I was starting to lean away. Okay, I'm back on the Sherm wagon.
Yeah.
What's the way? Hey, Ronbo, stop waffling back and forth. I never wanted to get off the Sherm wagon, but I heard some compelling arguments, and I decided, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have some decent cornerback depth, but I would rather Sherm be one of the starters than one of Ambry Thomas or I can't say the other guy's name. Demore Lamore.
Oh, wait a minute.
Right?
Well, we got another cornerback. I know. I thought it's going to be. Did we get another guy besides Embry?
Yeah, we got a Demodore Lamore or something.
Oh wait,
and
I know. I did.
He's
see
a family
that name.
friend of Richard Sherman, I guess.
You're right. I could not
what
pronounce
I hear.
it either. Yeah, Lamore's right.
Yeah, it's a hard name to.
Yeah.
But I think these guys would be perfect to learn from Richard Sherman. Right?
Yeah.
And Richard Sherman still got it.
That they've been grooming too, that they didn't want to tell us about last year.
Yeah,
I got to see this.
We've got some decent. I like a cornerback. I would like him even more if Sherman was on the team because I still think he's got a lot left in the gas tank. I mean, you're not going to get what happened in the Super Bowl every week with Sherm.
No.
You keep trying him like that, he's definitely going to burn you.
Morgan, what are you going to pay him?
I think he's understands he's got to put his price down a little bit. I don't think they pay him big money. I think that's why he hasn't been paid by the 49ers because his price is high.
Or anybody
but
else.
I think
for that matter.
I think he's got it. Yeah, I think he was hoping someone would. Now that they're not, I think he's like, okay, I'll come back to the night. Because if no one's going to pay you, you're going to go where you want to go. Right. I think I don't think he wants to go back to Seattle. I think you will.
He doesn't want to.
Right.
That means he gave up.
Yeah.
OTAs is coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I think you're like, all right, I'm coming back. There's no one else who's going to pay me. We'll see what I do this year.
Oh, yeah.
And see if I can get paid next year. If not, just finish your career as a Niner and come coach for us. I would love that. I would love for Sherman to finish his career as a 49er.
God, I wonder where he's going to want to land. Man.
I mean, I think if it's once, I think it's got to be San Francisco. I think it's a perfect situation for him. I think he sees that too. I think he sees without the money concept, like if I'm not thinking about money,
I mean, he lived
San
here
Francisco is the perfect place. Yeah.
I mean, he went to Stanford, lived in the Bay Area. Come on, Sherm.
Yeah.
He
knows the coaches. He knows the team.
Yeah.
He knows the defense.
And he's got that kind of he's got the kind of brain. He could be a great teacher.
Yeah. And it's close to it's a lot closer than New York, where is the second option I think you don't want to go do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a lot. He lives in Seattle, so San Francisco is a lot closer.
Yeah. Where is Sherm from? I can't remember. Where is he actually from?
I don't know. I know he lives.
Right.
Is he?
Sherm is from L.A. That's right. So he needs to be in Cali. He knows he loves Cali better than these other places. The weather's never drastically bad or anything like that. You know, he needs a.
I think if money's not an option, or not, if money is not something that's holding him back, it's San Francisco. I think that's the place he wants to be.
There you go.
At least I hope. And I think we would do so much better with him. I don't think we'd be awful without him. But with him, I just think.
But he does fire.
He fires everyone up.
Oh yeah, he does that so well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just excited for this year. I think this year is going to be just ridiculous.
I know, but because people could get off my boy Jimmy, man. I'm telling you right now, I could see this one coming. I'm calling this one.
I think this is going to be the best year Jimmy's ever played.
God, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, hey Morgan, let me tell you what. I'll see you Sunday, and
all right, we'll see you Sunday.
All right, fam.
All right, man.
Night,
have a good night.
You too. Yeah, right, Bobo. I know. I just realized because him and Kobe were kind of bros last few years. Sherm from Compton, bring him back as a safety, and if you can, there's places in America that if you can survive those places, Compton, the Bronx, and New York. There's some places throughout the country that if you come from all throughout the South and some other places. Now, I know what you're saying. I'm not saying because of that. I'm just saying there's some tough places around the planet, around America, that if you can come out of there and still flourish, man, Sherm's one of those guys. So anyway, fam, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. All right. Yeah. I'll see you Sunday, fam. Thanks for the contributions. Always appreciated. And don't forget to hit the like. I'll see you Sunday.